Okay, folks. Got my latest thrift store find. I don't know if anybody's going to show because it is kind of late. Because I don't really sleep much. I'm sorry to say. Okay, folks. I am going to share. How you doing, Mandy? Thank you for coming. Harvey, how you doing? Wow, Australia's representing tonight. Australia's first. Thank you for coming. How are you both doing? Hey, Grace. Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure if anybody's going to be showing up. Go Australia. Yep. Australia represent. Okay. Just got back not too long ago. You're most welcome, Mandy. I really appreciate it. No, I got back home not too long ago. My wife had to work on the Renaissance Fair in Des Moines today, and my boy was out with me thrift shopping. Wow. That's pretty good, Harvey. I'm still trying to get my legs back after the fighting the infection still. It's getting better. I didn't wear my compression sleeve on my leg at all today, and my still not swollen up like a balloon, which is a good thing. So my boy kept an eye on me today because he promised me he would. Hey, Cliff, how you doing, brother? You must be on your phone, Cliff, if can't type fast. Thank you for coming. I decided to get back on. Ian and Jenny are working the Renaissance Fair tomorrow, and I'm staying home because today kicked my butt for the most part. So I actually found something I think is really cool. I know I found something similar to what I'm going to show you a while back, I think at the same place, but I think this one's better. Grace might recognize the style once I show what I got to show. And I only paid 10 American dollars. Oh, okay. Cliff, that's not fair if you can't share. But I will put this out just because I want to. Now, this is actually pretty cool. I'm going to show you part of it first, but not the whole thing until okay. Now, if Evan was in here, it'd probably, be pretty cool. First and foremost, this one says Civil Defense, Ohio. And as you probably guessed it already, it's a wool blanket. From what I can date on this wool blanket, it's 100% wool from the 60s in Ohio. And yes, Mandy, I want to know, what kind of pie is it? Come on, Cliff, hop on up, show the pie. Then I will show you what else that I couldn't show you before. Oh, he's got more than one.
That's the lid.
Oh, okay. I thought you had two there for a second. Is it chocolate cream? I can't tell, so you got to tell me.
You can't tell from there?
No.
Look at that beautiful pie.
If there's nuts in it, I have no freaking clue.
Oh, there's no nuts in it. Oh my God, that is bright. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Now y'all can see me without being completely whitewashed. Yeah, it's chocolate pie.
Oh, I was right. Hey, that's cool. Maddie says that looks so good.
It is.
Okay,
I don't even bother cutting it into slices. I just eat
Okay.
it out of the container.
please forgive me. I don't know what's sadder: a single man eating a pie on a Saturday night, or a single man eating a whole pie by himself while being on the internet.
Oh, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing right now, dude. I had like freaking just ate a whole bunch of lasagna like an hour ago.
Okay.
Got one of those single. It says family size my butt.
Yeah. Well, I found this. Oh, my wife got me another one of these.
Grass fed. Ooh, nice. You never found the other one?
No, it's somewhere in the house, but this one's actually not bad. But I wanted to show you guys this blanket I just got for $10 at the same place I got the last one. But I have a feeling this one's better. For one, while that one's bigger, this one is like 3 times heavier.
Another
And
wool
like
blanket.
It's a wool blanket, and
Made in Ohio. Either that or it says anti-Ohio.
no, that says Civil Defense Ohio.
Oh,
And they haven't used that patch since the 60s. So, for one, it's an American wool blanket. 2, it's really wool. And the third part, look at the banding on this puppy. There's one on the top and there's one on the bottom.
a nice looking
$10.
blanket.
$10. Now, for bushcraft, this is going to be the bomb. It's over 6 foot, so it's well taller than me.
Is it a queen? Is it a king size or is it a queen size blanket?
Give me a moment here.
My ear itches.
I have to do the measurements. I know it's probably 6 foot at least. JV is in the building. Brother, how you doing?
What up?
I just got something really cool today.
Oh.
Well, while healing, I was in the hospital all week. You know
There.
about that.
Yeah.
But
Gotta match JV's brightness.
I found a Civil Defense Ohio blanket from 1960s, and I paid $10 for it.
Nice.
And it's probably about 3 feet wide by 6 feet long, and it's really 100% wool because this thing freaking is heavy.
So then that's a single.
Yeah, but it's enough for me.
I don't know. I've tried sleeping under
Okay,
something that's 3
JV,
feet
tell
wide.
me you got a haircut because you looks like you got a haircut.
Yeah. Well, I got it on Monday, but yeah.
Got in a fight with a lawnmower and lost.
I was
Exactly.
in the hospital on Monday.
I know you called me like literally. I got my hair cut, took a shower, then I was messing around with my car, and that's when you called me.
Well, you were supposed to be in the area, you said, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Oh, also this right here.
I've had that. That's good stuff.
It is good.
Surprisingly, with my fat self standing right here, you guys can't see my air conditioner.
Hi, Amanda.
It's actually not on the. I had to raise it up off
Hey,
the
your
floor.
girl was the first one in.
Actually, technically, I just couldn't type fast enough.
Well, Australia is representing in here tonight.
Because I told you, fat guy has a pie.
That guy with
Actually, Amanda told me you were live.
I just decided to go on at the last minute. Jenny and Ian are going to bed because they have a Renaissance fair they're working at tomorrow. By the way, Ian wanted to know if you'd be interested in coming to check out some thrift shops in Des Moines sometime in the future.
Of course I will.
Because he found some fishing reels. What was that one that you told me about? It's a 2-person name of a reel that you like that was really expensive.
There's a lot of those.
But
the one he was looking at was an Abu Garcia.
that's the one. He found one for about $67 for pole and reel.
That's a little expensive.
I'm not sure. This is something
Depends on the brand. If it's a Black Max, I can get him one for $50.
But the thing is, he found it in a thrift shop.
Yeah, but
So then it's not going to be a Black Max. It's going to be something else.
It was a Garcia. Abu Garcia.
I guess I suppose that should be a right price because you're looking at usually what, about $30, $40 a rod, and then anywhere between $20 to $60 for the reel, depending on the reel.
Well, no, because the Black Max you can get it as a combo for $50. But if it's 66 in a thrift shop, that means it's not a Black Max.
I don't know, but we got some really cool thrift shops here in Des Moines that I figured you might get some kicks out of. You know. Blake, how you doing, brother?
What's the other cheap rod, JV? It's usually like the lower end, but everybody buys them because if they break, they're like, yeah, it's just a $20 rod.
Oh, Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's the
one. Hey,
everybody knows that one.
But I will say this though, JV, my Shakespeare telescopic rod is perfect for backpacking. You can't tell me otherwise. But I did see while we were out and about, we did find some fly rods. At least one good fly rod.
That's actually one thing I don't know how to do is fly fish.
My dad had one when I was growing, when he passed away, and I had to sell it because I had no clue how to use it either. And I also found a Foster Archer. A Foster 25-pound recurve bow for $10. This is it's a wood bow. Manufactured wood bow, and it's in awesome shape, but I don't need it because it's right-handed. It's a good starter bow for someone who doesn't have a lot of money. It just needs a bowstring.
Yeah, Blake, I was kind of thinking that, or the Vengeance combo.
I didn't think to take pictures. I was barely on my feet today. So it was the first time I've actually been out on my feet all week. So I think I was doing good just to being there. We found like 4 bows and a bunch of arrows. So I think we were doing pretty good.
I actually have a fly rod sitting about 4 feet from me.
I did find some really nice takedown rods, 4-piece takedown rods, which were pretty nice at a place called Baumgars in
Put my pie in the fridge.
I don't know much about them. They come in a nice little black kit bag. It was in what's the name of the place? In Grimes, Iowa. We were up there checking out to find a new screw for Ian's bow fishing reel setup.
What up, Big
Matt? Screw is like near impossible to find. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hi, Grace, dear.
Okay, Blake. For what you want to know is one of my thrift store finds. I'm going to have to repeat it to everybody who just came in.
I can't get away from Blake tonight. They do this everywhere.
No, I did some research on this blanket that I got.
Damn, I shouldn't have pulled that off. All my rubber bands just broke.
Okay, this right here, this patch has not been used since 1960. Civil Defense, Ohio. $10.
You got a 4-piece breakdown?
Go. I'm pretty sure you've seen this one, JV. Anywhere you go at a freaking fishing store or outdoor store, they sell these stupid things. They're like $30.
I can't use those reels. I've tried.
This one was great and all. I have to buy a new one because unfortunately the little rubber tab that's usually on the bottom of these poles,
25 pounds, Grace.
I busted it off.
Are you wanting me to pick it up for you? Because I can do that.
She was pulling heavier than 25 at the meetup.
No, actually that 35, yeah, but I think for her learning, 25 is pretty much ideal. It's 10 pounds lighter.
I love this thing.
But who knows?
I wish I could get more use out of this. But actually, technically, JV, this is a 5-piece.
That's a 5-piece? Holy buckets.
Yeah, so look, there's
How
the
long
handle.
is it?
Like 6.5, 7 feet.
Oh, wow.
Watch, check this out.
7-footer.
So you got your standard fishing rod setup. You pop the handle, pop it in the back end, and now you have your fly rod set up.
Oh wow,
That's actually kind of slick.
that is
Yeah,
kind of cool.
this is the it's the Eagle Claw Pro Kit.
Eagle Claw's not a bad.
Oh, sorry,
setup
pack kit. Sorry,
for backpacking.
7'6" spinning fly rod, medium weight or medium duty with a line weight of anywhere between 2 to 4 pounds or 2 to 10 pounds. But I have to buy a new one because the inserts, if I can do this, they've got these little rubber tabs on the bottom that are actually slightly wider than the shaft to actually hold into the when you slide in. My top piece, my little rubber tab broke off. So if I don't want this thing to like fly off into the water, I gotta like wedge it in there all tight.
You could probably get a hold of Eagle Claw and get that because all they do is put those in and glue them on.
Yeah, well, the insert, yeah, I'd have to drill out the other piece because I had it set in my car like this, like in a box, and the box slid around and somehow managed to break. Didn't break any of the other ones off. It just somehow broke that one off. I couldn't even find the rubber piece. I was going to super glue it back on, but I couldn't even find the piece.
They sell extra ones. You can buy them.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a $30 rod, $20 rod. I can buy another one.
Yeah. Those breakdown rods, I said, I like single piece rods more than anything on this planet because they're just stronger. When it comes in one piece, it's always stronger.
Well, you get more of a reaction when you have a single piece rod too, because that sends that vibration all the way down without having any stops.
Duct tape works.
But the problem is when you have a fly rod, those fly rods are usually anywhere between 7 feet to like 9 feet. And unless you're driving a freaking Supermax extended cab, you ain't got nowhere to stick that thing. You ain't going to put it inside an SUV because it ain't going to fit.
Well, I have 8-foot catfish rods, and they fit in the back of my truck just fine. But yeah, I've never fly fished. That's actually the one thing I've never even attempted is fly fish. Well, I guess I was kind of messing around with one, and yeah, I wasn't doing anything with it. I was just flopping the pole around.
Next year, I'm going to kidnap you up to Yellow River and go trout fishing with me.
I'm going to say we can go fly fishing. I can kind of sort of teach JV how to fly fish. I've done it before, like a long time ago.
But you got to get you here.
That's true. I do got to get over there at some point.
What up, Mike?
Hey, Mike. Thanks for coming, brother.
Is that Hike with Mike or E-Waste Mike?
Hike with Mike. Who's
I don't
the other
think
one?
he waste much anymore.
No, I just thought it was a really cool thing on the blankets and stuff like that. And then they're talking about the fishing stuff. That's Ian's speed. He was talking about you all day long about fishing stuff. He said, we got to get JV over here. Because he was also checking out vintage fishing gear, not just, like vintage lures and things like that. He goes, I think it'd be an interesting challenge just to, pick out vintage gear and see how well you can catch anything with it.
Depends on what you're fishing for. Trout usually just about eat anything, so you could literally throw a piece of cork in the water with a hook on it, and the stupid things will eat that.
I was say I've always just kind of caught trout with night crawlers.
Night crawlers
or salmon eggs.
I tried salmon eggs. It didn't work. But that's just me. Remember, I'm not much of a fisherman.
Well, actually, people always do salmon eggs wrong. They either throw them on the bottom and let them rest on the bottom, or they try to put them on a bobber. Then you're too far from the bottom. You got to put a float on the backside of your hook that brings the salmon egg just a little bit up, about 4 or 5 inches off the bottom, and that's where your trout will eat them.
Okay.
I was gonna say you could do a trail runner with you just leave a what the hell am I trying to think of?
Leader.
Where you basically the weight is the end of your line, and you chuck that in there, and then you tie the row sack off about 4 or 5 inches up on a small leader. You can do it that way too.
Yep.
But you got to get one of those. You got to get a no snag weight. Because you get one of them weights stuck in a rock or in between a rock, you're not getting fish even if it bites it. A sucker, you'll feel your rod go, but that weight will stick right in the rocks.
There is something my dad used to do when I was a kid. JB, you might know it. I'm not sure. He used to take a syringe with a needle and you thread a worm on a hook, no weights, and inject air into the tail end of a
oh my gosh
worm. You remember that? You remember that, don't you? And
they still sell them. You can buy the
work.
worm filler upper air thing,
and it works.
But yeah, I don't know. I've just always gone straight night crawler.
Me too.
It catches enough trout without having to blow them up with air.
But the thing is, the hookworms off the bottom a little bit, you know. Always floated the tail up. What are you eating?
Chips and dip.
I'll stick with my jerky and my Pepsi, of course.
Oh yeah, I forgot I got this one. I got 4 of these.
I was actually kind of surprised when I came on. People just popped in like that. I mean, I've been offline with the exception of Thursday.
It was actually like perfect timing. I've been sitting here doing a bunch of studying, and I literally just told Amanda, I was like, I need a break. My brain's about to fall off. And she literally texted back. She's like, hey, Colin just went live. If you want to take a break.
Hey,
like,
you're always welcome here. You know that. You've lived in my house. You're family now. You can't stop being family. I got your stuff here still.
Yeah, we just got to not have a repeat of Thursday's live stream. That was way off topic.
It always goes off. I've never been able to keep on topic. And I've actually tried once, JV, I'm not sure if you knew this, not to talk about food at all. That was actually in this description. No talking about food.
And it wasn't even the sad part. It wasn't even me who brought it up that live stream. It was somebody else.
And I don't know what it is about my live stream. Food comes up. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. It does. I've been gardening aside. That's food related, but that's not actually eating and stuff. But
doesn't sound like a troll name.
Yeehaw
Joe.
Jihad Joe, Real American Zero.
I don't know. I'd let them stay.
Oh. You see what Andy wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah, float worms.
Yeah, they're float worms. Yeah.
Those things work. I've caught stuff on those. But that was like when I was a kid. I haven't even considered it until today. But I mean, I'm thinking about doing a bushcraft setup with this blanket. It would never work for winter. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, it's not wide enough. For wintertime, you need at least a queen size.
Well, you need 2 at least, or something like that.
Yeah, one to sleep on and one to roll up in.
Right.
Well, you can always do the burrito.
I also found, I'm not sure if you've seen this one on JV, because I'm not sure if you caught my Thursday's live.
No.
But I found a Cabela's dome tent for $7 or $8.
How many people?
I'm thinking between 3 and 4. I haven't set it up yet, but for $7. I also found 2 Cabela's self-inflating mattresses that have the built-in straps to strap it down, but they're like this thick. They're massive. And also 2 Thermarest sleeping pads too.
Nice. Thermarest is good.
Those were about $6 a piece. So everything all together, $23.
Nice.
All in one shot. And if finding that many Cabela's things for under $50, that's hard.
Yeah, because usually the sleeping mat. Yeah, the sleeping mat alone is normally $50.
Exactly. And this is I've got the good one right behind my chair right here right now. And actually, I'll show it to you because I don't think I got to show you last time.
I can't even bring out my air mattress. I don't know where I put it.
Well,
I got home this afternoon, 2 days camping with my dog show. Nice. Oh, great. Amanda, I don't know if I'm going to want to talk to you all week this week. She She's quitting smoking.
Okay.
Blake, what did you do to your tent?
This one is a camp rest one. Sorry about it being upside down, but because I wanted to show you the nozzle that it came with. It's a little different than I'm used to. It's sort of like a one for a car. You know when you put air in your tire type situation. It just twists shut and twists open.
It has a Schrade valve on it. Yeah, sweet. I'm going to be blurry until my camera decides to wake the hell up.
Yeah, got that kind of valve on it.
The heck? That's a weird. I've never seen a valve like that on an
I've never heard of this particular type one either, but it's a thermarest.
Hold on, are you sure that's not missing the end cap?
I paid $5.99 for it. I got two of these, $5.99 each. $5.99 for the Cabela ones each.
Yeah, mine's all folded up in the middle.
I guess I may have paid $28 for everything, but under $30. So that's still not bad. And we checked the tent. It looks like it's been used once, and it includes the seam sealer still sealed in the bag, unopened. All the stakes are there, all the poles are there, everything. Like it was used once and then put away. Really weird.
Well, sometimes people think they want to go camping and then they get out in the woods and decide they don't like it.
Probably. I don't know.
They watch a YouTube video and think they can do it.
I've done it. And the thing is, that's actually how I started, because after my heart attack, I knew for a fact I could not be sedentary anymore because my body would shut down if I did. And it was after I stopped doing my range, which really made it hard because I was really active for that.
Is that an Olight behind you, JV?
Oh, yeah, that's my catfishing one. That's the one I take out when I go catfishing at night. So people.
No, the one in the white box, like right behind you. The square one.
White
Olight. Not a circle light, but an Olight.
Oh no.
It's right next to the mailer?
No.
The left of the mailer.
The yellow. That's your packages there.
This
one, yeah.
No, this is just a phone holder for my car.
I thought it was an Olight.
No. I actually haven't even put it in my car. I keep dropping Amanda on the floor in my car, so I had to get a new phone holder. My old one didn't work anymore.
Kicking her to the floorboards.
I was actually watching a video yesterday that actually might be relevant to you, JV. There's a guy on here called Kramer Amons. He does archery videos, making things out of different things. Will It Bow is one of his series he does. And he was doing a thing on paracord, fishing string, and regular string, making bowstring for making bowstrings. And he found out the same strings that you use to make B55 bowstrings is the same material as a braid of fishing braid.
Most likely spider wire.
No, I don't know.
It depends on the fishing braid, because the braid can be made. I got some braid that's like extremely silky, and I got some that's extremely rough. It all depends on the material that makes the braid too.
He said that the material's the same, but it's not quite the same, but it's pretty close because they're both made of the same material. It's just consistency. I don't know, whatever. He said for comfort, for being comfortable, the fishing braid made for a very comfortable bowstring.
Oh yeah, especially braid, because there's no stretch in braid.
Oh, there's some stretch depending on how many poundage and stuff like that. He used a 40-pound test braid.
Oh, that stuff ain't gonna stretch for squat.
You're getting up there to the big fish.
You'll snap a rod before you get that stuff to stretch.
He had a stretcher for string stretcher and all that stuff. But the thing is for a survival situation, if you have a braid like he was using, you can use it for making an emergency bowstring if you needed to.
I've actually already seen somebody do that. Maybe it was him. Because I do watch primitive bow making. Actually, there's a gal, I want to say she's in Russia, and she actually makes some of the nicest bows I've ever seen. They're all really short because she's short, but I can't remember what her name is, but she's one of those that goes out in the Siberia and spends a week there, and she makes bows, and yeah, she uses all kinds of stuff to make the string, and yeah, one of her favorite things to use is fishing line.
Yeah, I want to get some braid for obvious reason. I'm going to use it for my bow fishing setup. I figured that would be something I could consider getting something like that and trying to make some bowstrings out of it. But the bowstring that he made out of the paracord, he did it differently than I would have, because he actually left everything whole. He didn't take the strands out, and he said it stretched about 4 to 5 inches once he made it. And then you got to twist it down and all that junk. Me, I plan on removing the strands and doing it that way, and using the strands themselves, not the whole bowstring as a whole.
Oh, no, yeah, because that's the stretches. Paracord stretches big time.
Yeah, paracord.
That nylon outer shell and then the nylon inside too.
But that's supposed to be the advantage to paracord anyhow. Is you got 7 strands plus the outside casing, so you technically have 8 different ropes there.
It's like it's called 550 cord for a reason. 550 is the weight it's supposed to handle.
Yeah, all together, but you can take it apart.
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking you can try to using the strands themselves about making a bowstring that way, a traditional Flemish string. And since I have my new bowstring maker, once I get it,
that damn thing.
I'm not sure if I showed you this one yet, JV. I just got
some paracord laying around here somewhere.
Oh no. I got so bored one time, JV, I actually made a breakdown card for paracord.
I just got this in the mail from Three Rivers Archery.
Damn it, where'd it go? Ooh,
and I did find out some information, which is going to be interesting, that at the tops one is going to be a 74-inch bowstring, but that's for a longbow, and a 64-inch recurve string on the others. Same distance, but it depends on what you're using it for.
The heck? Where did I put it?
So it's going to be interesting once I get it all measured out and written down on here, because I want to make sure the measurements are on here properly before I start making stuff. So I think it's going to be a really interesting series once I get that figured out.
That's how bored I got, JV.
What are you doing?
Breakdown of cords.
30 feet of cord. It's an average of 330 something feet.
Mm-hmm.
In a paracord?
You have not only do you have the 7-strand inners. Now, this is the kicker. Depending on the brand you buy for paracord, it'll run anywhere between 5 to 7 strands. But the kicker on that is the inner strands, whether or not they're 2-strand or 3-strand.
Oh, yeah, but you get pretty weak if you break down the inner strands.
That's why I want to make sure it's making
not really, because those inner strands will still hold. You figure you break down 550 paracord, which is the break strength on that, divided by 21. Each one of those strands will still, it's like 80 something pounds.
Yeah.
Those things will still break it. That's strong enough to catch a freaking like 8-foot alligator gar if you really wanted to.
I really want to, but not on paracord.
Nah, you want to use stuff like you want to use either. Well, you can't even use braid for alligator gar. They just chew right through it.
Yeah. That's the same thing with pike. Everybody asks me why I put leaders on up here all the time on my rods. I'm like, because we have pike in almost every lake.
Yep,
they bite on.
Snap off that lead. They just bite it right off.
They bite everything off.
Walleye?
And gar's got to be worse.
Walleye's got teeth too.
Well, those alligator ones
for gar and gar and a pike, you got to use a steel leader. Otherwise, like you said, they just snap the line.
Actually, I have it on the front of one of my videos. I went out to go bass fishing, and I caught a giant pike, and I got it all the way to shore, and he just twisted his head, and his teeth ran across my braid line and shredded it, and he was gone.
Wow.
Big old pike. I had him right up to shore, too.
Okay, Okay, does anybody know what's the best fish to go bow fishing for?
Carp.
I mean, I don't want to go bow fishing for something we can't eat. That's the thing.
You just use carp to practice on. That way you can actually hit the other fish.
Actually, ice fishing, I don't know if it's legal in Iowa, but I could take you to Minnesota. And you can go pike fishing with bows, spears, and everything. And we go out there and with chainsaws and just cut big squares in the ice. And then you put a fake fish down into the water that entices the pike to come check it out. And then you're just sitting above it with a bow or a spear. And as the pike swims underneath you, you hit them.
Actually, that sounds like fun.
It is. It's a blast.
But I haven't been bow fishing yet, so I don't know.
Go check out After 5 Outdoors.
I've got him. He's on
all the time.
He's on my. I haven't seen him pop up recently, but I've seen him in chat though. Different chats.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
Well, I'm a newbie on that.
Archery,
I'm good at. Just fishing, I'm not.
Go practice on carp before you start injuring pike, though.
Carp is considered an invasive fish in just about every state.
You haven't been to Hawaii yet, though, have you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Just ask Johnny. He'll get you out there for some night fishing in Hawaii.
Oh, no, I've already talked to him about it. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go fishing with him, and I'm going to go axis deer hunting with him.
I want to go hog hunting up there.
Oh, you can just do that in Florida.
He can do that in Texas, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia.
I wouldn't mind bow hunting Hawaii, just because I want to. It doesn't matter what I get, as long as I get
Avoid
something.
Alabama.
I've been invited to Australia to go rabbit hunting from Bomber Steve. So that'd be, just bow hunting rabbits and small game wherever I go would be kind of cool.
You can just come over to South
Anybody
Dakota.
can do hog, anybody can do deer, but you don't see anybody go out there for small game.
South Dakota doesn't have freaking kangaroos, though.
No, they might have jackrabbits.
We do.
Okay,
we gotta go a little further north.
South Dakota
jackrabbits are tough.
Probably has kangaroos, but they're in prison.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say if you go to the zoo in Sioux Falls or Watertown, there'd probably be some kangaroos there.
Yep, exactly, but they're all in prison. The zoos are
the cage someday and go box one.
Oh. No, actually, I think I heard a story a while back that a kangaroo got loose from somewhere, and it was in Des Moines. It got loose for a while, and they had to capture it again, which is really freaky. A kangaroo in Des Moines, Iowa.
There's kangaroos technically in every state because they import them technically they steal them from other countries.
And anytime you go to McDonald's, there's kangaroo there. They just ain't whole.
That's why I go for the fish.
Dude, that fish isn't even fish.
No.
It's more fish than the burgers or meat. Cow, so...
I just don't go to McDonald's. I really don't.
But I will say this, though. When I was in the hospital, I actually had some really good tilapia, which was really surprising, in the hospital.
Actually, truthfully, I don't know what hospital, but up here at Sanford, they built that giant, children's hospital. And the last time I stayed there, holy buckets was the food good.
Yeah.
It was all set out buffet style for every meal, and you had a choice of 3 or 4 entree. Breakfast, I just went out there and just grabbed a handful of bacon and threw it on my plate and walked back to the room.
I had thick French toast, really, Texas toast, French toast. It was for breakfast every day.
I can do French toast
12 pounds while I was there, which is really freaky. No, one of the things I would like to do with anybody out there, I guess, is I would love to go thrift shopping and show you guys where I find my finds. And I've been finding some really, really expensive stuff on the cheap.
Dude, all the thrift stores around me keep closing.
And mine are not the standard. Mine are just, with a couple of exceptions, are the standards like Goodwill. There's a DAV store. I'm not sure if you know what those are.
Yeah, I haven't been to a DAV one in a long time.
It's a disabled American veteran store.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in a long time.
But it's
We
still
have
not
is
the
Salvation
lines of a
Army and
Goodwill
Goodwill
or
around here.
Salvation Army.
Yeah.
But they all
Charlie
those supposed to be disabled American veterans. And I found some really good stuff in places like that.
I guess we have an Army surplus, but their
Ours
prices
shut
ain't that
down. We don't
good.
even have that anymore.
I got a bunch of those around me, but they're like 45-minute drive.
But
I ain't driving that far.
Charlie quit.
I've found my MSR gear that I use for backpacking at these stores in the middle of nowhere. I paid for a pot pan, and well, actually, I can show you, JB. I don't think I've ever showed you this.
You better not be putting on hot pants.
I love you too, Cliff.
Have fun with that, Jay. Have fun with what? Going to Hawaii? You don't want to go to Hawaii with me, Amanda?
So, quick question, JV, since you're up here, do you add stuff to your sleeping pads?
In the winter, yeah.
Because this is my dude. Even in the summer, I have this on there just in case. It's a freaking reflective thermal blanket.
This is where I found the way I found it, JV. This is my MSR pot, as you can see. But what came in it, which is actually kind of surprising, was the kettle. MSR kettle.
Nice.
But that wasn't all. Inside that pot was also another pot. And I'm not sure. Right now, I just got my stove and stuff in there right now. But it actually came with the handle, had a thing of camp suds, and a small scrubby thing. But it came with this too. So $7 for everything.
Nice.
Yeah. Considering
Grace.
all this stuff together is probably about $75 worth of stuff.
Hey, Grace. Night, Grace.
Night, Grace. She's probably tired from her camping trip.
She's probably still on her camping trip.
Probably.
I actually need to call Scott tomorrow. Me and him are going to do that survival video next weekend. I need to know how serious he wants to be about it.
What kind of survival video are you talking here?
That's what I mean. I don't know how serious he wants to be. I don't know if he wants to just go out there with the bare minimum, or if we're just going to go out there and camp but do survival bushcraft stuff. He hasn't completely told me, because I don't know how to pack my bag yet.
I like that dude. See the one that they did with Matt Graham and those guys. Basically kidnap people and just throw them in the middle of nowhere, and you've got to survive with the gear they throw at you. That's a little bit too much for me, but
it can be done, but I mean that just really depends on what they throw at you. If
I know, I was gonna say.
Added to my thing is this right here.
A Ziploc bag full of freaking beef jerky, you ain't gonna survive very long from that.
Well, that one guy, Tom,
I need at least a
who's the
knife
old school
and some
survival
cordage, and I'll be
instructor.
fine. But
he actually survived better than anybody else, and they gave him a golf club.
you gave him a golf club?
He made a tomahawk out of it.
I was gonna say you can make some stuff out of a golf club.
He forged it into a tomahawk. And
How though? The heads on those things are usually aluminum or titanium.
Yeah, that's a lot of
it into a tomahawk, a usable tool. But this is what's inside that Zippo thing. It's the little fire starters. And the head is something you expect on a Zippo.
Oh yeah, I think I got 1 million of those things laying upstairs.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a really good. When those things are gone, you can probably put your whatever tinder you want inside this thing. It'll be waterproof. And you got your starters right there.
Yeah, that's what you just need fatwood for. It doesn't matter if it gets wet. You just scrape it off. The shit'll float, and it's pretty much waterproof as it is.
Yeah, but like I said, for $7 for this MSR kit is an amazing find. And that was the same place I found my wool blanket.
If you bought that on Amazon, you're going to spend at least $40-$45 for a set like that.
Well, that's not even including shipping.
I have Amazon Prime. Everything's free for shipping.
But like I said, I mean, I've been looking up for this stuff. I mean, but it's
Okay, that makes sense, Amanda. Explaining her fear of airplanes. I can see where she's coming from on that one.
okay. As someone who was in the Air Force and was training to be a flight instructor, it's not that scary. You're more likely to get in an accident in a car than you are a plane.
Actually, you're more likely, by statistic standards, you're actually more likely to get in a train crash.
And
Who rides on a train anymore?
Hobos?
No, actually,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Actually, that made me think of something just now, though. Now, part of a survival challenge is that you buy a ticket round trip somewhere. You got to go wherever you're at, and where you end up, you got to find your survival gear, spend one night with that gear, then come back the next day.
That wouldn't be that hard.
But you don't know. But someone else gets to choose the destination, so you don't know where you're going to go until you get there.
I think I'd be fine as long as it wasn't the desert.
The thing is, you don't know.
Oh, I got you beat there. If you get dropped off in the desert with me, we're good.
Yeah, I'll just walk over to his house.
No,
Remember, I live in the
not
desert,
allowed.
dude. I live in New
houses.
Mexico, man. It gets hotter than beans down here.
The desert is the only one that I fear. Like, I'm not afraid of the Amazon or anything like that. Tropical, winter, whatever. Where water is, because water is the number one thing. I don't care what anybody says.
You can find water in the desert. It's everywhere. Nobody knows where to look.
Well, you got to find dried out riverbeds and then dig down. That's the biggest thing. But
No, you just find trees. If you find any greenery in the desert, that's your source of water.
yeah, but finding the greenery is the hard part.
Not really. You got a sea of brown, and all of a sudden you got a patch of green. I'm walking that way.
Hey, Evan, thank you for coming.
My luck would be a mirage.
I want to show Evan this because I think he's from Evan, you're from Ohio, right?
You've never been on a plane?
Right. I think he's from Ohio.
He wants his first plane experience to be basically jumping out of an airplane.
I want to skydive one day. That's one of my.
That's the one thing I will never do. I will never jump out of a perfectly good aircraft unless I have. No, I will fly a plane. I have no problem flying, landing, whatever. But I have trouble with anything that's not a plane. I've had trouble with helicopters because I've been on them before. It's just I'm not comfortable with anything but planes.
Yeah, see, I don't trust helicopters either.
Evan, look what I found. A Civil Defense Ohio wool blanket. $10 here in Iowa.
Helicopters don't bother me either. Actually, one of my favorite things to do when I go to the Black Hills is
it's not something I want to do it again.
Anyways, I want to go back to what Harvey said earlier. He asked us a question for all of us up here. He says, if you caught a three-eyed fish, would you eat it?
Depends if I'm dying or not.
If
I caught it just out fishing, no, I'm not keeping that. I'm probably getting out of that lake and I'm going somewhere else.
Well, JV, actually, I just saw someone who found a one-eyed tortoise.
A what?
A one-eyed tortoise. Cyclops, one eye. It wasn't one missing an eye. It just had one eye.
But that can also be a birth, even with the three eyes, that can be a birth defect.
Correct.
It could have meant to have been a twin, but the twin never grew and grew into the other. I mean, it happens with humans.
It happens with snakes all the time.
Turtles.
Yeah, snakes do it all the time.
Yeah, I've seen two-headed turtles.
Right.
That's how I.
Yeah,
it's an interesting sight.
That wool blanket's from the 1960s, just to let you know. That's probably older than I am. And that's saying something. And I'll be 54 on the 22nd.
Y'all know what the Jesus nut is, right?
The what?
A Jesus nut.
What the heck is that?
It's the one thing on a helicopter that if it fails, you die regardless.
Is that the one that's holding on the blades?
Yep, it's the one giant. Here, look, I got a freaking picture of it. I pulled it up just because we were talking about planes and all that. But yeah, essentially the Jesus nut is that one piece right there that holds the rotors to the body.
Well, they better check that every time before they can take off. But
Yeah,
I don't even.
If that pin that holds all that together snaps, you're done for.
And you don't gyroscopic down. You just drop.
You drop like a brick.
That's one thing about planes. The engine goes out while you're flying. You can glide somewhat. It's better than going.
Well,
Actually, I think I'd rather just go get it over with.
I
here's
want
the
at
problem,
least have
though.
a chance to try to land the dang thing.
You still have the rear rotor still spinning, so you're going to do this and then slam into the ground.
So I ain't even gonna know when I'm about to hit the ground, though. I'll be just dizzy and puking everywhere.
Hey,
Pretty much.
you know we're scaring Mandy, right?
It's all a matter of perspective, but yeah, that's. Well, I mean, you still have the off.
Afraid of anything? I really ain't. Like,
You still have the off chance that even on an airplane you could lose an engine or the whole wing just breaks off and you just.
Yeah,
But
you never know.
statistically speaking, that like very rarely, it's like a 1 in a million chance that would happen.
The one thing I don't want to do, like I said, I'll jump out of a plane. I'll jump out of. I'm not afraid of much, but I don't trust bungee jumping. And the only reason I don't trust bungee jumping is because how do they test that the first time to know exactly how much rope to give you?
Well, okay, not to burst your bubble on the jumping out of a plane thing, JV. How can you trust the guy who packed your chute?
Yeah, but it'll be a cool
True.
ride down. With the bungee jumping, I'm not going that far.
But you're still
I
slamming
might
the
actually
ground.
live. I might actually live from the bungee jump. I don't like that. If I'm going to fall from the air, I just want to die. Let me splat.
Well, you got to
Yeah,
realize
you can have
that
a massive get together when she gets here.
the first guy who did bungee
Like a
jumping
welcome to
used
home
rope.
our party here. You know?
Yeah, that guy's nuts. How did he not pull his knee out of his socket?
Right? Like rope doesn't stretch.
All rope stretches, even cable stretch.
Cable stretches because that's metal and it stretches under stress. But
Everything stretches.
most
Actually-
of those old school ropes, you know those like that brown braided rope, that stuff
Still stretches,
barely stretches.
but still stretches.
But that's
Yeah,
like
but
a
the stretch isn't even noticeable in those things. That's the thing. There's a noticeable stretch in.
Yeah, the bungee was made to stretch.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
That's why it's
My
triple
luck is
braided.
it wouldn't break on the first bounce. It would break on the second bounce. Like I
My
would
luck-
think I'm good, and then I'd come back down and snap.
One of two things would happen if I ever tried it, JV. One,
You probably have a heart
on the
attack.
return bounce, I would hit the bottom of the bridge. Two,
Man, that's a
someone
lot
would
of
forget
recoil.
to secure the thing in the first place to the bridge.
I've actually
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't
seen
trust that the hippie up there that's running it.
Yeah. Evan says bungee jumping is more dangerous than skydiving.
See, I'm with you, Evan. I'm with you. I'd rather skydive than bungee jump any
I
day.
figure it this way, even if you don't have like a wingsuit, you can still control where you're going skydiving. So you can kind of glide yourself, hopefully into something soft. But
No,
it's
I'm
still
going
gonna
to
be
the
impact
hardest
like
thing.
hell.
No.
I'm
No,
looking
when
for
you're
a
going that
cement
fast,
pad, maybe
even
with
water will be
spikes
like
sticking
in your
out of it. I said I want it to be over quick.
JV's going with the bug on a windshield at 75 miles an hour theory.
When you hit terminal velocity while you're skydiving, hitting even open water is like hitting a brick wall. It doesn't
That's why I'd
matter
rather
how
hit a
soft
tree.
it is.
I've heard of people landing in fields and stuff and living. Yeah, they broke like every bone in their body, but they lived. Nope, I'm going for cement. I'm aiming.
If you think about the physics of it, it could be possible because those fields are constantly plowed and that dirt is not packed down.
No, it's not.
Like that first foot and a half of that dirt's soft.
No, I've seen stories on people who jumped out of an airplane and their parachute did not work, and they hit the ground and lived.
I'd hate to get the medical bill after that.
I wouldn't want to. I just don't want to live. If I'm going to die, let me die. Don't make me a cripple.
I'd be fine with being a cripple, but it's that $500,000 freaking hospital bill that you're gonna be paying off for the rest of your life, which you ain't gonna get no money off of because you can't work because all your limbs are broken.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of the bill I'm gonna have to pay for the last week I've been in the hospital.
Oof.
And I've got full coverage medical insurance.
Man, that deductible's gonna suck.
Exactly. No, I'm not afraid of falling or anything like that. It's a sudden stop at the bottom I'm afraid of.
Here's an interesting thought. So if you strapped an airbag to your ass and jumped out of a plane and landed on that,
You would
would
break
that thing
every bone in your body.
instantaneously go off and shoot you up in the air, or would
No.
you just plow right through it?
You plow right through it.
You'd plow right through it. Actually, if you're saying it's not open,
Yeah.
it's not. So when you hit impact, it's gonna
Yeah,
expand.
it'll pop open.
So
You
what
would
you're
break
gonna
every
do
bone
is
in
you're
your
gonna
head.
hit the ground because it's gonna take it. Because you're gonna be going so fast, you're gonna actually hit the ground, probably die, and then the thing's gonna shoot your dead body off in the air. So whoever's watching gets to see the dumbest thing they've ever seen.
Like legit crash test dummy arms and legs all
Exactly. Just like wham.
Manny says, I'm just a big scaredy. Then Evan says, no, you're just smarter than us. Then she says, thanks, Evan. But Harvey says, as long as I can still eat bacon, I'm happy.
Every bone broke in my body. Just shove the bacon in. I'm good.
You have to puree it, though, unfortunately, for you to slurp it between your shattered jaw.
bacon smoothie. At that
He's
point, you might as well
considering
just be
I'm
drinking the
thinking
bacon
about
smoothie.
it. Salt and sweet usually goes together. I mean,
No, I'm more of a ground guy anyway. I mean, that's why I got out of the Air Force. I've done the military, flying the helicopter, in the helicopters and stuff. Not something I really like to do, even though it's as a medic I was required to. Oh, never a fan.
every time I go to the Black Hills, that's one of the things me and my daughter do is rent a helicopter and let them fly us around the Badlands.
No, there's a difference between a civilian helicopter and a military helicopter. It's all different physics. Especially when you're trying to maintain a patient while you're doing it.
Oh,
I don't know. I've never been in a military one.
Those Hueys are not steady at all. You can hear those things for miles away before
was in a
you even
Chinook.
see them.
That's the
Oh, you were in a
$2 million
Chinook?
ones. Oh, Chinooks, I hate those with a passion. And while they're great for hauling patients and all, but not something I'd like to do.
Not something you want to perform surgery in because those things.
No, as a field medic, I don't do that. But I try to make sure keep people alive until we can get someone that can do that. That's my job. But
Well, it's hard to keep somebody alive when you're basically riding a giant paint shaker.
pretty much, I mean, I will admit, the first time I flew in one of those, I lost my lunch. 10 feet from landing.
Oh, so you had almost made it to ground.
Oh yeah, I just couldn't handle it. It was the change in pressure and the way that drop the ceiling. Like a roller coaster, it drops down. You kind of lose your stomach, kind of thing. But it was like, oh man, it was not something I like to repeat. I got better at it, but they say everybody does it once. But when you're trying to maintain a patient, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to barf all over your patient. That's one heck of a contamination thing you got to deal with after that.
Well, I mean, I've seen some good things and some bad things as a medic, and yeah, I can tell you about the good things. I don't rather talk about the bad things.
I've seen bad things as a civilian from videos that they used to make us watch when we were younger.
Okay, I'll give you guys the best story I can tell you about being a medic.
Ooh,
I was transporting one year preemies from the military hospital to the Nightingale plane. I'm not sure if you guys know about that. That's the Air Force Nightingale plane. These preemies were getting out of the preemie ward, and they were going home to their families, being flown on an Air Force hospital plane. And that was the coolest thing ever. Being able to make sure these little tiny little babies got to go home when other people couldn't. And that's something I'll never forget.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna make an infant fight a war. What are they gonna do?
No,
Sit
but
there
this
and
is
slap them with a bottle?
these are the dependents of military members who, were too, preemies, obviously. But they got to go home. So that was cool. So that's my best story. That's I'm gonna leave it right there. Because the worst stories I'd rather not repeat. For one, some of us are still eating.
Yes.
Me
I don't know
too.
what you're talking about.
I'm pointing at myself. And I don't want to repeat it.
I'm eating stale hot fries now.
I might need another Pepsi, though.
I need to go refill my coffee and pee out the last 16 cups.
I still got about 9
Hey,
ounces
Steve,
of water.
how you doing?
16. What up?
Hawaii is in the
I
building.
thought it was the other Steve.
Hey, we have multiple Steves here.
Steve.
But I was actually thinking about him today because I went to, when I was at Bomb Guards looking for that part for Ian's bow fishing reel seat, we found the Coughlin's ferrule rods because they can't find them there in Hawaii.
Again, I told you they probably don't ship them due to the fact that stuff reacts with salt water.
I don't know.
No.
Hey, Cecilia, thanks for coming.
If you don't believe me, Colin, buy a Coughlin's fire steel with that magnesium bar and set that in salt water. That'll turn
this is
white,
not the one.
foamy.
This is the one like I carry in my pocket. The one with just the bar, just the ferrule rod part.
Oh, ferrule rod. Yeah, no, that stuff is still reactive to salt water.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Cecilia. I'm not trying to scare the pants out of Amanda. I'm trying to scare the pants off of Amanda.
That's probably been done. You already did that. You're making me fly where? Okay.
She's basically the real life version. Well, the non-movie prop version of Mr. T.
Huh? Oh no.
Oh, come on.
She's
He hated
prettier.
from A-Team.
I pity the fool.
No, Amanda's probably prettier than Mr. T by a long shot.
Well,
I
yeah,
hope so.
her whole fear of
She looked
flying.
like Mr. T. I'm pretty sure I went to hit on her.
Hey, if she shows up with a mohawk, though, I'm not sure what you're gonna do. No, sorry,
No,
Amanda,
I'm talking
I didn't
Mr.
mean
T from the A-Team series. He hated flying, so they always had to drug him somehow to get him on an airplane or a helicopter.
Oh, in the series, they actually once got him so mad he said, "Get me on the plane. I don't care."
Yep.
They got him mad, and he still did it. So yeah, it was the one time. But I think his mom was involved. No, his mom was in danger, and it had something to do with.
I didn't say you were ugly, man.
Hey, we're saying that I was saying you're a lot prettier than Mr. T. That was my thing. He's just saying, JB's just saying he loves you, so it doesn't matter, what we think, which is always good.
At my place yesterday.
Yeah, he had to pay a subscriber back for something he bought.
Oh,
You can call me Mr. T. Well, yeah, maybe.
I'm not afraid of plane. I guess there really isn't much I'm afraid of, except for the ocean. Really, I'm not really afraid of it. I just don't like that I can't see. Like if I'm in the wild and there's bears, I can see them. That don't bother me. There's lions, tigers, whatever. I can see them. I'm on equal footing as them. When I'm in the ocean, I can't see what's underneath me. And I don't like that.
Well, I think, actually, JB,
you can see to a point. But
I would not like to be on an island or a boat in the middle of the ocean for one reason. I can't walk home. If I can't physically walk home, doesn't matter how long it takes, I don't want to be able to do it because
I just don't want to get stranded in the middle of the ocean because you can't drink the water.
You can't drink the water. There's no.
I know that would be torture.
It would be definitely torture. Surrounded by water and nothing to do.
But that's why you keep a clear plastic tarp with you, and then you can use the sun rays to create condensation from the ocean water, and you'll get pure
ocean water.
Yeah, desalinate the water, so to speak.
Yeah. I've actually studied how to survive on the ocean. I don't want to do it, but I have studied how to survive it. I know, I can't wait.
Okay, wolves are not that bad.
No, wolves are only scary when you start hearing them really close. That's when you got to worry.
Actually, what's worse, it may sound weird, is coyotes.
Coyotes don't scare me at all.
It's not so much one coyote, but it's never just one coyote. Like
it's never just one wolf either.
But there's usually bigger packs of coyotes than they are of wolves, and especially in Iowa. We have to deal with coyotes here.
I've beaten them to death. The thing with coyotes, they're kind of, all you got to do is kill one and the rest back down.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you kill one first.
I've beaten them to death with fence posts. They're not that tough.
Well, Tyler and I went camping at Yellowbanks, which is one of the parks just south of Des Moines, and we were in the middle of the night. A pack of coyotes came through, and he carries. I don't. It's not because I just don't have one. I'm more of a bow guy. Don't get me wrong. I can shoot. I'm just mainly a bow guy. It's just kind of hard to conceal carry a bow.
Well, I always have
my finger away, but it's kind of hard to quick release a bow and shoot.
Yeah.
Now, coyotes are they're curious, but for the most part, unless they feel threatened, they usually don't bother humans. I'm more concerned at night when a pack of elk come stomping through your campsite.
Yeah, because
that's when you got to worry.
Moose are the scariest land animal ever.
You said it, brother. I'm afraid of moose. Moose will tear down a house to get to you.
Hate you. I don't know what moose have against humans, but they absolutely hate us.
There are 2 tons of hatred.
It's basically a cow on stilts that's pissed off with horns with freaking antlers.
No, those aren't antlers. Those are like bulldozer blades.
Yeah, they're like scoops.
You're muting the stream. Why?
No. You will not see moose.
Yeah, we don't have moose here. We have to go north to get the moose.
Yeah.
When we go visit Cody and those guys,
don't worry about it.
They have moose up there, but
sorry,
buffalo.
Boy. It was not meant for you to leave, Steve. So don't worry. I mean, it's just we use the word knock set here, if you would please.
Well, no, he was talking about one of his.
Yeah, I think you can still use a alternative word for the S word.
I'm used to using the word like follower or button.
Followers work. Followers good.
Or family. Now, you really want a bad situation in the woods when you're on a highway doing, 65 and you come across a herd of buffalo.
Oh, yeah. That we have running everywhere freely.
Yeah, I can probably see that where you're at, JB. Not so much here, but where you're at.
Amanda.
Okay, they're not horror stories. It's just that things that you just got to be respectful of.
Yeah. In South Dakota, you got to watch it when you're in the mountain areas or the hill areas on the curvy roads, because you can come around a curve.
Bam.
There's 200 buffalo just standing there in the road, and they don't move for cars. They could care less that you're there.
Yeah.
When I was also in the National Guard for a while, we actually were up in South Dakota for annual training, and we had cows in the middle of the road. We're talking about 200 plus herd.
Yeah, they free range here.
They're just standing in the middle of the road. Kitchen and Beyond, thank you for coming.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the funniest things there, because Amanda's terrified of cows. And I'm like, you are coming to the wrong state, because this is still seriously a cowboy state where all the cows roam free and they keep them up with horses.
South Dakota.
There's a couple people here in Iowa who is raising Texas Longhorns in Iowa, and they're actually really, really freaking cool.
They are.
Oh yeah.
They're actually not even that. I'm more scared of like Angus cows than I am Texas. Those Texas Longhorns, they have the big horns. They look scary, but they move really slow.
They're also very docile.
Yeah. They're not that. I mean, if you were in a corral with one and one wanted to mess you up, you're in trouble.
If you screwed with one, and then they'd stand their ground. Yeah. But generally, you could push them around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they can't skewer you unless they got to tilt their head like 90 degrees to get that horn sticking out to an area where they can poke you.
Even then, it makes it harder for them to get through places.
I said the only time they're really going to hurt you is like if you're in a corral, you're trying to corral them up and get them on a semi or something like that.
Or brand
you're in a tight space with them, and they start like just whopping their head everywhere. That's when you could get messed up. But
yeah. JV, she says, I won't be driving. You will, and I will hide behind you.
No, seriously, the only thing to do with buffalo is just wait.
No,
they'll eventually move on.
But most of the animals that we're talking about, Mandy, are more wary of us than we are of them, with exception of moose. But those are protective because generally 9 times out of 10 they're with they're kids, and when they're kids, they're very protective. Even bears, you can deal with those.
Bears are usually like coyotes. They're kind of wary of humans unless they're like park bears.
Yeah.
And then like black bears, I always tell people, if you got a bag of M&Ms, throw it at them. They'd rather have the M&Ms than you, trust me. They like sweet stuff.
They're
especially park bears, because that's what they're used to eating.
You could give a park bear half freaking tuna sandwich.
Exactly, Cecilia.
Or a banana.
Only thing you really got to be afraid of black bears is a mother with cubs. That's it.
We need to correct Mandy on one thing. A cow with attached horns is not a cow.
Nope, that would be a bull.
That would be a bull.
Don't try to milk it.
No, don't milk the bull.
Well, that'd probably be some sour
unless you are in that profession and you actually are doing the stud service thing. People make money doing that for some reason.
Now, aside from moose being super aggressive regardless, the only other thing you really have to worry about in the wild in like the U.S. are like mountain lions or cougars.
Yeah, mountain lions will follow. I've had them follow me.
Yeah. It's an eerie feeling, and they are not small cats. They are
huge. If they know that you notice that they're there, they generally back off. They don't go after you if they know you see.
Well, this one was waiting. It was actually, I always carry my 9mm with me all the time, and for some reason, this morning that day I went to go out hunting, and I left my 9mm sitting on the table, and all I had was my bow with me. Like of all days, like that's the day I did it. And I got out of my tree stand and I had a headlamp on. So I turned my headlamp on and I'm walking back out of the woods and I see eyes in front of me. And so I just think it's a deer or something. That's exactly all I think, because it was pretty far down there. But as I'm walking, there's a dike right next to me. And on the other side of the dike, I can hear something walking in the woods. And I'm thinking, is that deer following me? What the hell is going on here? And then I hear it. And I'm like, that's not a deer.
You just hear that low growl.
So the only thing I could do is I took an arrow and I knocked it. And I had to walk backwards because I could see it then. It came up on top of the dike and then would go back behind the dike and it would come back up on top. And it was checking me out the whole way. I had to walk backwards and I had an arrow knocked the whole time. And I'm like, all I got is one shot. If this thing charges, I'm waiting until it's about 5 feet and I'm popping an arrow right in its face. And if I miss, I'm screwed.
Yeah, those things, they will stalk you.
Yeah, it stalked me all the way to the road until my buddy came out the other side and he started yelling towards me. And once he heard him, then it left.
Yep. Them things, they're vicious. They're almost as bad as badgers. They will just chase you down until they get you or something freaks them out.
Okay, I think we've scared Mandy enough, guys. We need to back off a little bit. This is not the 1,000 Faces of Death video here.
Faces of Death.
They actually have videos on people who watch that for some unknown reason. No. But 9 times out of 10, though, Mandy, most animals will leave you alone if you leave them alone.
Yeah. That's it. I camp out in the woods all the time. I hear things running around up. They just don't bother me. They might get into like, if I have a pot out there, that's usually like raccoons or coyotes or something. If I have like empty can of beans or something there in there, they'll lick it out or something like that. They don't want you. Animals are just like humans. They want the easiest way to be fed. And a 300-pound dude that's 6 foot tall
with a bow or whatever weapon you have in their hand.
Yeah. They're not looking at me going, that's my number one choice. They're like, what else can I eat first?
Exactly.
That I know that's going to go down with a fight.
That actually reminds me of something, JV.
Tainted
I'm not sure if you
beans.
remember seeing this movie or not. You remember the movie Continental Divide? With John Belushi? About a guy from Chicago who goes looking for this one person in the mountains and ends up falling in love with this environmentalist or something like that. And he ends up having to fight a cougar in the cabin he was staying in. And the only way he got away is that he took, because he was injured, he hit the cougar in the one place no guy wants to be hit.
Ooh.
With his cane.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Okay, so yeah, that hurts for us, but what effect does that actually have on other animals?
It has a lot.
It does.
I can tell you this much. I know this for a fact because when I was younger, I grew up on a ranch and all of us young boys wanted to be bull riders. But, our bulls were, just there for breeding. So you could literally climb on them. They barely moved. So to get them to buck, we would shoot them in the nuts with BB guns.
Oh, sorry, you're making me cringe.
And they don't like it.
I wouldn't like it.
And they have much thicker hide around their nutsack than we do.
That's why they make pouches out of them. They do. People make pouches out of those things. Okay. That's this is very, very off topic where we started. Okay.
Well, you're learning something. If you're attacked by a bull, kick it in the nuts. It doesn't like it.
No, I mean, we started off talking about thrift shop items, and somehow we're talking about shooting a bull in the balls. Not my, normal topic, but interesting nonetheless.
It's survival-esque.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you had to pick 10 items from a thrift store and you had a budget of, say, $50, what would you go for?
Well, first I'm going for a blade. Then I'm going for some kind of cordage. Those are my two number one things I always have to have. And I probably could get that for under $10. I'd probably actually upgrade the blade a little bit. If they had a better knife in there, I'd spend about $10, $20 on just a good blade. than cordage. Yeah, cordage is some sort, something strong that I can actually make a shelter out of. And then since I have extra, I would get a pot of some sort to boil water with, so I don't have to risk drinking something bad.
Right. Some way to boil your water for your
Yeah, any a pot, canteen, something
Right.
I can boil my water with. So I got 3 items. How many items did you say?
10. Remember, you got 50
Gosh,
bucks.
that's almost being spoiled. So,
but you only have $50 to spend.
well, the prices you get at a thrift shop, $50, I could probably get 20 items.
But the thing is, that's because I know how to shop and where to shop to get the items that I do.
She just
I
said
would have an
Skittles,
unfair
M&Ms, a big knife.
I would have an unfair advantage. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming.
What up, dude? Oh yeah, I'm wearing your hat there, Mike.
I
I
would
sold
say-
your hat, so that's
I would
why
find the
I'm
first thing I
not-
would try to find, aside from knife and the container, would be a wool jacket or any sort of like really heavy coat.
Well, like I said, my blanket, $10 for this.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you know how
Would
much
you say that's a
wool
24
in a
pounder?
thrift store?
What, the bow?
Oh no! What kind of weight does that blanket have?
Oh, it's heavy. It's super heavy. Probably about maybe 20 pounds.
See, that'd be pretty good.
You could use it as a cloak. You could use it, it's probably waterproof too because it's real wool.
But yeah, okay. So a knife, cordage, something to boil water with. Yeah, if I
Cover.
could find something like a blanket, I would. But I could also, just cover myself with like dead grass or something. So I'm not too worried about that.
Right.
If I could, I don't know if I'd find it in a thrift shop though. Some sort of fire starter, I guess. Even if it's just a lighter.
I can do it.
Yeah. Even if it's just a lighter. That's fine.
They
Actually, a
I
lighter.
sell antique Zippos all the time. And all you need for the Zippos to have the flint already in there.
Yeah, then I can just use
There's
the
your starter
spark.
right there.
Yeah, that's true. So
Coleman
what, I got
lantern.
4 items. Yeah, this is spoiling me. I might as
Yeah,
well
but
get
remember, you've got a budget you got to deal with too.
But this is the thing. I don't know how much this stuff costs. Like, if I'm
That's-
doing a budget like
that's
on
the challenge
eBay or
part.
something, I know how much everything costs.
That's the budget part. You got to figure out how
Yeah.
to pay for that.
Unless I can like look at a thrift stop website, I don't know how much this stuff costs.
Neither do I.
So I'm just
When I go into a
imagining
place,
that
I have
everything
no
costs
clue
like
what
$5
I'm
or
gonna find.
$10.
That's why I said when I go in a place, I have no idea what I'm going to find, and I don't restrict myself to just one shop. I have 5 or 6 places that I choose on a regular basis that I know I can generally find the same kind of things.
And it also depends on where I'm going to survive. Do I have a bunch of pine trees? Do I have a bunch of hardwoods?
Now, Iowa, probably not a lot of hardwoods for us, but I mean, depending on where you want to be set up, we can figure that
Because if it's
out.
pine trees, then I'm not too worried about shelter at all. Because pine trees are the easiest things to make shelter out of.
Right.
I can make an A-frame shelter really easy, and then use pine for my roof. So I don't even need a tarp.
Crud ton of pine boughs. How's it going, Eric?
What up, Eric?
Thank you for coming.
I really don't need a tarp. So really, I really only would need a knife, cordage, at least 100 feet of cordage.
So you
But,
can probably
I mean,
go
it
to
doesn't
the
have to be
fishing
anything
section and get
special.
the bank line that you need.
Huh?
You can go to the fishing section, get the bank line you need.
Exactly. So a good, then I might as well get a really good knife. Maybe I'll find one of those old-fashioned Rambo ones with all the stuff on it.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'll find $50 worth of gas. Get the heck out of
That's funny, Evan.
there.
No, actually, I think that would actually, you can take that into account if you don't want to combine a couple items to pay to save money. You could do that, for you don't have to buy stuff. You don't.
That's true. Like if I found a mess kit that came with like a pot, cup, knife, fork, and all that, and it was only like $15, I would just buy that. Then I got ways to boil water, cook food. Plus, I got a knife, stuff like that.
Well, my military knife, fork, and spoon set that I have in my backpack, I picked it up in another kit that had a World War II mess kit and a canteen, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
I said this thrift store thing is too vague because whose thrift store am I going to? What's the prices going to be like?
Well, if you were,
I can go to one thrift store. For one, they ain't got nothing there.
Well, like I said, if I took you to here, say to Des Moines, and I'd show you the ones that you can pick any of them. Doesn't matter. Anyone in town.
You know what? Here's the deal. Next time I come down, we're gonna go thrift store shopping. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring a $50 bill, and I'm gonna buy a whole survival kit at a thrift store, and we'll record the whole thing.
One store or multiple?
One store. You said that's what was the deal when you first did this. You said thrift store, buy 10 items.
I know where to take you. I know where to take you.
So
that would
we'll
be
make a video out of it, and I'll buy a whole survival kit.
That'll be
wool pants and a wool jacket.
That's where I find most of that stuff I'm showing you. All came from the same shop.
And that's the other thing. Does that include clothing? Because, a lot of those survival things, when they say 10 items, the clothes you have on you doesn't count as one of your 10 items.
Clothing does not count.
Because, I always tell people, if I did alone, I would just have 30 layers of clothes on before I went.
Well, actually, they do. I think they take that into account, not us.
No, they actually limit you to the amount of stuff you can actually put on to take with you.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if anybody remembers hearing about what Zach Fowler did with his jacket. He wanted to take his vest, but they wouldn't let him. So he put zippers on the sleeves where he had sleeves to make a jacket out of it. Then he just took the sleeves off and left them off the entire season. Because that's the way he lived.
Yeah, well, he also had zipper pulls that he actually had to clear with the people who regulate the items that you can take. He had to actually get those zipper pulls cleared.
Right. But he got it approved.
Yeah, they scrutinize the stuff you wear to make sure you're not taking anything that could.
And he never used more of an advantage after the first day.
Do you guys know Tom Ritter, right?
Sound familiar?
Name sounds, I don't know him, but the name sounds familiar.
That's actually how me and him became friends. We were actually both contacted to be on Alone, and I think it was the first season.
I think you remember talking about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that's how we ended up meeting. I actually turned it down pretty much right away because my daughters were still young at that time, and I didn't want to go disappear for 90 days or whatever.
Well, it depends on how long you would have lasted.
Hold that thought, guys. I need another Pepsi.
But Tom was going to go, but then he ended up getting, it was really weird. He was going to go, and then his he was just fine. Then all of a sudden his health just went, and now he's at the point where he's using a walker.
Oof.
Yeah, it's really weird. You guys still talking about the word subscribe?
I know, they're just still going on about it.
Just don't use it. Use follow. You can use it on my channel because I turned off my monetization, so I could care less.
Yeah, Colin's not monetized, so it should still be fine.
Yeah. It really only matters if you're monetized. That's why I put so much music on my videos. People how do you have all that music?
Turn my monetization
off, so let everybody else claim it. I don't care. I care about the 50 cents the video is going to make anyhow.
Yeah, unless you're upwards of 200,000 or 300,000 subs, you're not making squat on YouTube.
Yeah.
Other than what you get the occasional donation from the freaking YouTube, the PayPal or not real PayPal or whatever.
Yep. Food, coffee. I need both of those.
See, that's the one thing I can actually do without when camping is coffee. I don't need it.
I prefer it just because I like because I camp in the winter a lot. So I like having something warm to drink.
I'm good with just water.
But yeah, I drink a lot of water. Actually, camping's probably the healthiest I ever am because I usually only eat meat, so I have like no carbs in my diet, and I drink a lot more water, like a lot more water than I do when I'm at home. So when I'm out doing this,
We're having a topic about the S word.
And they're still, I know me and JV were just talking, they're still going on about that.
yeah.
Okay, guys, just drop the topic altogether and we'll move on.
Yeah.
But we were what I missed when you and Tom Ritter were contacted, and had to go give me a.
I was just talking about how Tom got real sick.
The name Tom Ritter sounds so familiar to me.
He's probably been in here. He hangs out over on like Geo Bushcraft and Frontier all the time. Because I said now he's down to his walker, so now he just does a lot of like knife reviews because he's a genius when it comes to blades. If you show him a knife, he'll tell you exactly where it was made, when it was made, what it was meant for, blah blah blah. What kind of
talks
skill
about fall raven knives and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm already. I'm Knox said it to him. I'm going to go with that.
This is not the focus you are looking for.
You have more trouble with focusing.
Dude, I don't know why my cam does it. It's just like weird. It hates me.
No, I actually like your idea, JB, about the $50 to see what we can find. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to go out and actually use it or anything, but if we do, that'd be a separate video.
Well, that'd be a part 2 to mine.
Yeah.
I would go shopping with you, and then on my part 2, I would take it all out and I would go survive with it.
Okay, I've got 2 places I would suggest for something like that to make sure they would have a good selection. Would be Collectomania and Brass Armadillo. Brass Armadillo is where Ian found his 1919 Boy Scout stove.
Hello, Eric.
Eric's been in here for a little bit, so.
Yep, felt like saying hi again.
And yes, Mandy, coffee is definitely necessary when I go backpacking. I get it may be what people call Folgers nasty, but the instant coffee.
Funky
works.
Folgers?
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
It packs coffee, so easily.
The little
it's Funky
packages.
Folgers and Tasters nasty.
Like 88 cents for about 7 or 8 of them. And you just keep on piling them up in your backpack and you can just have coffee no matter what.
Every time I go to Walmart, I buy a box of them with like 50 of them in it.
I can't tell you how many I got in my backpack right now, still left over. I also have the packets that I use, the electrolyte packets from Walmart too, to add for just plain water to keep my electrolytes up. Because
JV, you need to do a video when you go. Well, yeah, I'm going to do a part 1 where we go shopping for it, and then I'll do a part 2 where I go use it.
My video skills when we do something like that, I'm more focused on actually the finding stuff than I'm actually videoing because I forget what I'm doing. So I can't focus on both.
When I usually do the shopping, I've only done a few of the shopping ones because I did a Walmart one time, and I just used my phone to record that.
Well, like I said, today I was just looking through the stuff that I found. I mean, the last couple of weeks, I've found really good finds. Don't ask me how. It just sort of comes up.
Luck, I guess.
But I would take you to one of those 2 places where you either flip a coin which one you want to go to or whatever. You know, those are the 2 biggest ones in the area. So they have a lot of different vendors in there, and you don't know the product you find there changes daily. So you don't know what you're going to find. But Brass Armadillo has a lot more antiques, but some of those antiques are very useful.
All depends.
Pricier. But Collectomania is more of a little cheaper side.
Well, then we want to go to the cheaper side if I only got 50
So the
bucks.
Collectomania it is.
Yes.
But Collectomania is actually, it's 2 levels. It's, got a main floor, then it goes down some steps into a much bigger floor, about the same size. So it's about a football field size building. So it's got some really interesting stuff.
That's not a building, that's a warehouse.
It probably was at one time. I don't know.
You need to go to Canton, Texas sometime. You want to go thrift shopping. It's like a huge flea market, and it's like the size of a town.
Well, I told you
can't
about
walk
the one I
it
want
in
to take
like
you
a
to, but
weekend.
you got something else you're doing that weekend for the Watch Your Flea Market. You're already booked that day.
Actually,
No,
now that I'm thinking about it, I actually do have a. Well, it's not really a thrift store, more like an antique shop, not too far from where I work. I've only been in there once to deliver a pizza, but they have some pretty cool stuff in there. Yes, delivered a pizza.
Hey, I've seen people deliver. When I worked at a game store once, someone deliver a pizza to McDonald's.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Actually, I used to work at Burger King, and Papa John's was at the store right next to us. And every night before we'd close, we'd call each other and see if they wanted to trade back and forth for stuff.
It probably worked more often than not.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah, they sit there and eat pizza all day. We sit there and eat Burger King all day. It's like, you want to try something different? We'll give you some Whoppers. You give us a couple pizzas.
Oh man. Now here's the question for that. If we do the actual overnighter with the items that we find, JV, would we do a collab where we're in the same camp or separate?
Well,
I'd do a collab, honestly.
yeah, I do a collab. Yeah, I like collabing.
Yeah.
I do. I really
Like
do.
I said, my video skills suck. I'm more of a doer than a recorder, unfortunately.
But the greatest thing with like the survival videos, I just turn on the camera and start working.
Yeah.
Only when I want to explain something do I remember, hey, the camera's over here. I should, bring it over here and talk about what I'm doing.
Remember when I had that my GoPro on my wrist and I was going to I forgot to hit record. Because what was I doing? I was shooting.
I was actually going through that footage, and I realized I got the best footage on your GoPro because I was recording you doing all those cool shots.
Yeah.
I didn't have my camera running because I was using your camera to do all those cool. So my video is not nearly as cool as yours and Tyler's because he was using his camera and I was using your camera.
He was also using his drone too.
My camera I had shut off while all the cool stuff was going on.
Well, I will admit, I'm actually happy with the video I put out because I actually did something I've never done before. I added music. I've never done that before. So, yeah, that was my upgrade for the video.
I do everything off of my phone, so it's hard to add music from there.
Well, the thing is, I had my phone on too, and I recorded like an hour's worth of stuff, but it's all focused at one target that we were shooting at, but no one else was paying attention to it. We were just doing everything else. But as you saw, JB, when I'm shooting, I'm having fun. I mean, that's my thing. And I say that you hear people say that, but that's my bliss. My passion is doing that.
Oh, I love shooting. Actually, I think everybody, even Mike, was having a good time, even though he destroyed his arm.
Oh man! Or remember what happened with Tyler destroying his bow?
Oh yeah.
We didn't get video of that. His bow exploded on him, but he still had fun even after that happened. And Grace got to shoot, and she did really well, which was really awesome. It was an honor to teach you, Grace. But if you want me to take a look at that bow and see if I can pick it up for you, let me know. I can do that for you.
Dang.
Grace went to bed.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she was tired.
She's probably just got back from her camping trip still.
I gotta go pee and get more coffee. I said that like an hour ago.
I did that when I went and got my soda. No, Grace was asking about that bow that I found. So if I could find that, get that bow for her, I could probably do that. It was an honor to actually teach you, Grace. It was awesome.
Oh, I bet you guys had a ton of fun out there. I really wish I could have gone. I can't make it out there because of work.
I understand, Cliff, but one of these days, maybe, when you get enough managers.
It's not that I can afford to go out there, no problem.
Oh, no.
It's just time. I got to get time away from work.
We know you can afford it. It's not the problem. It's that you need enough managers trained up where you can allow you to go.
Yeah, we're getting there slowly. Ooh, looks like Angler found himself a really nice vintage wood splitter.
Who?
Angler.
Which Angler?
2058.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
usually in a chat
Brent.
somewhere.
Brent. His name is
Yeah.
Brent.
Brent. Yeah, it looks like he found an old one. Holy smokes, that's old.
Mandy, when you get here and I get a chance to teach you, I will teach you how to shoot. It's like I said, it's when I'm shooting, I have so much fun. And there's one shot on Tyler's video which I get a kick out of. It was sort of an accident thing. Is that when Tyler was videoing me shooting, I pulled back and I looked straight at him and then I hit the target and it was like, "You're most welcome, Andy." I'll do my best. That's all I can say. No, if JV and I do this thing, I would like to see you try it, Cliff.
What?
Well, the thrift shop, survival challenge thing.
Dude, I gotta find one, dude. I'm telling you, all the thrift shops around me keep closing.
It doesn't mean you can't pre-find the shops.
That's what I'm saying. I have to find some more because I used to know like 4 or 5 down here, but they have all gone out of business.
Do you have a Goodwill?
No.
Salvation Army?
Not anywhere near me.
Dave's store? DAV store?
Again, nowhere near me.
To find nowhere near you.
Like within 20 miles.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, for me, that is the same thing I have right now. I'd have to go to Des Moines, which is over 40 miles. So that would be allowed.
I used to have a Goodwill like 10 minutes away from my house, 10, 15 minutes. They went out of business. I used to have, I don't even know where we have a Salvation Army.
Well, like you could probably do yard sales or whatever you have available too.
I got yard sales all the time, but I'm usually, by the time I'm done with work and whatnot, they're usually shutting down.
Well, then your case would be you would have to do them as you find them and still stick within the $50 limit, but yours would not have a time limit because it would take you in order to find what you were looking for. But that'd still be the same thing.
Yes, Cecilia, I have 2 of those. I have one about 3 minutes away and the other one's about 6 minutes away.
Dollar Trees would not be counted because they're not used items.
You can't find squat in a Dollar Tree anyway. That's worse than freaking Dollar General.
Challenge to death. Same thing for Walmart challenges.
Yeah, so Walmart challenges, Dollar General challenge. Yeah, I did an eBay challenge one time.
That's even easier.
That one was actually hard because like you put up like a hiking backpack on eBay. Holy crap, it just
Okay. On that particular note, just to let you know, you can do that, but you change it to your parameters, to what you're looking for, and you hit buy it now, and it'll actually reduce that line to a very small amount. Then you can go pick and choose through that amount. Well, will you get quality? Probably not, but you'll get what you pay for.
I want to see more people do Harbor Freight challenges. You don't get a lot of those out there anymore.
We do have a Harbor Freight here in Des Moines.
It's because Harbor Freight kind of like they changed, because I was actually thinking of doing that too, because we got one in Sioux Falls. And I went in there and looked around because I was thinking about doing that too. You could get a certain amount, but their selection just is not that good. I mean, like Target's is even better. And I hate Target.
Yeah,
I haven't gone to Target in years.
They have the one we have in Des Moines is more machine based than actual item based.
Exactly.
Well, it's because you live in farmland, so most of that's all going to be geared for equipment like that.
Yeah.
They have
most other places
cool
have a variety.
Yeah, I would love to have a generator and solar panels and all that stuff, but it doesn't work for the type of thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, if you're trying to do $100, survival
setup
budget thing, it's not going to work.
You can do it at a Harbor Freight for $100.
Not at ours.
I've actually found some really cool things at Harbor Freight. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I found a sextant in a Harbor Freight.
Yeah, mine sells them too.
Brass sextant.
Yeah.
I thought you said something way different.
No, we did not say sex toy.
I thought you said sex tape.
Sex tape.
It's an astrological, finding which way is north type of situation.
Dude, my Harbor Freight, you can get telescopes.
Yeah, they used to. It depends on what type of year and everything else, but you can find those things too.
No, they have them all. I can go over there any day of the week and just buy it. They're like cheap, like $60, but it's still a
Hey,
telescope.
what? Okay, okay. I have to spell this one out for Mandy for she can understand what I'm saying.
Sexton.
It's a sextant, Sextent, I think.
It could be a tunt, T-A-N-T. I'm not sure exactly on the spelling, but it's for what the sailors used to use to navigate the stars.
It's Sextant.
A-N-T? Okay,
Yeah.
I apologize. I misspelled it.
So it's a sextant. But here for
Like that?
yes.
Yeah, okay. No, I actually know a couple places that would actually work really well. Now, every once in a while, JV, they have a really big flea market going on at the state fairgrounds. And that would be like a really good challenge there, too.
Night, Evan.
Night, Evan. Thank you for coming. I know you got nothing to do tomorrow because tomorrow's except for going to church.
They actually have a really good flea market on the north side of Sioux Falls. I've actually never been there. I've always thought about stopping there, but it's a big, huge warehouse. It's a big flea market. But I think
Do
they're
$100 Home Depot or Lowe's survival challenge.
that I
That'd be
could
too easy.
do.
That'd be too easy.
They'd have everything.
The only thing that a Home Depot that I've never seen at a Home Depot or a Lowe's is a steel pot to cook in.
Oh, you can do that.
Oh, yeah, they sell groceries there. I could buy my food for the weekend.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know they have the snacks at the front when you're checking out. They usually have the little
Oh,
coolers
no,
that
They
have
actually
the
have
beef
food.
jerky.
buy my
They have
dog food
canned
there.
food.
Yeah. You can go buy like pork and beans and stuff like that.
Ours doesn't sell food.
They don't serve. Only thing they don't sell is like meat and eggs.
Uh-huh.
That's
Nothing
it.
refrigerated, but all canned and box foods. Yeah, they sell all that stuff.
At a Home Depot or a Lowe's.
Yep.
That's crazy. Mine doesn't sell that stuff.
Well, we're a little bit more rural than you are.
Yeah. Here, people go to Home Depot, buy some 2x4s, a hammer, some rope, and some pork and beans.
And wait! Don't forget the main thing, JV.
Yeah, some beef jerky.
Yeah, you can. They sell that stuff. You get like beef jerky. You get like the Powerade
Tyson's, you
or
can go in there. You can get
drinks and stuff.
Tyson's. You can go in there. You can get all those things. Plus, you can get live chickens or ducks, depending on what time of year it is.
Yeah, you can get live chickens or ducks too. Yep.
We can get those at our not Harbor Freight, but Tractor Supply. But
Now they have them on Tractor Runnings, Tractor Supply. Yeah, they have them everywhere here.
Canadian Tire.
I got offered Canadian Tire bucks from Mallory for my 1937 silver Canadian quarter.
I don't even know what the hell a Canadian Tire is.
It's basically
The
Canada version of the
Walmart.
Harbor Freight.
Oh,
Well, sorry, it's more like it's a Harbor Freight mixed with
Walmart.
no, not was a Tractor Supply. But
But
yeah,
they used to have coupons out there because they called them Canadian Tire bucks. But I have a 1937 Canadian silver quarter.
good night, Eric. Thanks for joining us.
see you later, Eric. Yeah, see you tomorrow, bud.
JV.
Come smuggle you out of Australia.
You just make yourself a crate.
Yeah, Menards does too. Menards sells groceries as well, bud.
Hey, Bruno, thank you for coming. I don't think I've met you, but thank you for coming.
Was that Bruno Eric Bob or Elric Bob? That name sounds familiar.
Ulrich. I'm not familiar, but thank you for coming. Glad you can make it. It's actually it's a pretty good idea. I think you
Look at
got.
this fat guy down there in that white shirt copying me.
So you think $50 is much or not enough, JV?
What?
You think 50 would be too much or not enough?
It depends. I mean, thrift store shopping is so random. It's hard to.
Or you could say you buy as much as you can with $50.
Yeah, because it's.
I'm a really good thrift shopper. That's the reason why I was asking.
I mean, there's a big difference between going to the Salvation Army and Goodwill. I mean, it just depends on what thrift store you go to and what the prices happen to be that day.
Well, say you get one full day of thrift shopping. Doesn't matter where you go for that price, and you get as much as you can for that $50.
I said, technically, I only need 4 items, especially if we're going to go to a place that has like pines, because I can build my own shelter. I can build my own bed. I can do all that stuff. I'm not
say anywhere that doesn't drop below like 60 at night, you're fine. You don't even need shelter technically.
Yeah, I mean, if it's still nice outside, I'll just build a fire and sleep next to that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, if you can buy more than 10 items with $50, then would that be allowed? Would that be allowed?
No, because if I can get the 10 items, then I'm going to upgrade the items if I still have money left over. That's, like instead of buying a $5 cheapo knife, I'll buy a $10 decent knife. Because I'm sure I can find a Mora or something like that for $10 at a thrift shop.
Well, the thing is, like Walmart, you get a $2 fishing knife that resembles a Mora that does the same job.
Yeah, but they're flimsier.
Yeah, they're not full tang either. They're like rat tang on those.
Yeah.
Well,
they can break off pretty easy.
Until he got one upgraded to his actual real Mora. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, you could always go the other option. The 2 is 1, 1 is none. You could just buy like 3 of those cheap Chinese knockoff ones for $6.
Night, Eric. Thank you for coming. Now, I was wondering if you got all your items and you still had money left over, and would you be able to buy extra stuff, or would you just let it be or upgrade like you said?
Yeah, I'd just upgrade. That's what I would
upgrade. Do. So even Manda says 10 items only, so I would just upgrade at that point.
I mean, if that's the rules we set in place, that's the rules we set in place. 10 items. So yeah, I would just upgrade them.
Okay. Now,
technically, I said I don't even really need 10 items. I mean, unless
I would not consider food
20 below, then I'm gonna want some.
I wouldn't consider a food item though, because if you have food, you're not really surviving. You're just camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the reasons why I hated that Dollar Tree, that $20 or $10 challenge, because you had to make it waterproof, you had to have a source of fire, and you had to have food. But the thing is, these guys would get like 2 cans of Vienna sausages and like Pop-Tarts.
Yep.
And I'm like, there's you got your Vienna sausage for dinner and your Pop-Tarts for breakfast, because the Pop-Tarts are like $1.50 a box. Your Vienna sausages are like 75 cents a can. And then you just buy like a box of Ziploc bags for like $3, and there's your waterproof right there.
Yep.
And then it would get like a $2 aluminum pan.
Yeah, the Dollar Tree ones, all those dollar store ones they're easy.
Well, I mean, some of my thrift shop finds that I've gotten, like I picked up a Griswold cast iron skillet for $3.
Now, what would be a good challenge, instead of like going the cheapest, go on a moderate budget. Like, can I get good supplies, not the cheapest, can I last this weekend supplies, with like a $200 budget, go to some place like a Walmart or something like that where they're going to have everything. Can I get a good set of supplies that I can have for years?
Sportsman's Warehouse.
No, if I go to Sportsman's Warehouse, I'm going to walk out with 6 new guns.
Hey, if you can get it for $200, then go right ahead.
If I go to Sportsman's Warehouse, I'm going to walk out with fishing gear, a stove, and a whole bunch of freaking dehydrated meals and like more bags of pepperoni sticks.
Sleeping, but I'd have everything I need to camp for at least a good week.
It's $3 for a thing of Vienna sausages, and I'm never moving to Canada. Screw your country.
True.
It's the freaking trade embargoes from our side that's screwing everything up.
Well, with all the stuff that's going on now, even soybeans are going to go through the roof.
Dude, even cardboard is getting like scarce.
But I think $50 is fair, and we can figure out.
I'll make it work. I said I don't even need the 10 items. If I have the money left over, I'll buy the 10 items. But
Now, the only thing I would do in addition to that, just to make it easy for the most part, because we're not bushcrafting. We're just showing the items that we're trying to live off the stuff that we pick up.
oh no, I'm going to bushcraft.
Well,
I'm going to use the 10 items. Well,
no, I didn't say we weren't going to use the items. I was saying what I was going to do in advance would be, if there's not a place for we can legally do that in the area where I'm at, I would pay for a campsite that you can actually set everything up and do whatever you need to do, where we can do it legally without getting into trouble. But still have to use the items we have.
We just have to find somebody with some land.
Remember, I'm new to this area, so I don't know anybody.
I was gonna say you can usually do most of that stuff on U.S. Forest Service land as long as you talk to somebody and get permissions.
Yeah, you usually have to buy like a $10. I know here in South Dakota you got to buy like if you go to
a KOA or something like that.
Yeah, you gotta not a KOA. Like if you go hiking in Custer. In Custer, you are not allowed to have fire, blah 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 blah, unless you pay for it. If you pay for it, you can go out there, but you can only cut dead trees, no live trees, stuff like that.
Well, the only place I know myself that's not even local to me is up there at Yellow River, is where the backpacking sites are. There's 4 free campsites. You can set up your tents and bushcraft, whatever you want to do. You can even hunt up there if it's the season and you have the licenses. But, that's on the other side of the state for me. That's kind of a long distance trip. Now, would that be great for when I'm going up there for my annual backpacking trip? Sure. I would be awesome. But
I hate the word other side of this. I'm like dead center in the middle of my state.
Not me. I'm literally 20 miles from the Nebraska border and 20 miles from the Iowa border.
Well, geez.
Well, JB knows where I live. He's been here. But
I've been through South Dakota,
really
North
South
Dakota
Iowa
a few
here.
times.
Southern Iowa for me.
I grew up in North South Dakota, like on that North Dakota border. So
now, if I could probably do something like that. Do the shopping video on one day, then do it during my vacation days next year, something like
or you
that.
can just come up here. We'll go out to my property. We don't got to worry about it. We can do whatever the hell we want out there.
I have to have vacation before I could do that. And I just used every bit of it being in the hospital. So that didn't help.
That's where I'm taking SD next weekend. Is we're just going out to my place.
You shouldn't have to take vacation days for medical leave.
If I'm going to have a paycheck, yeah.
As your company's like mine, where medical and vacation, it's all just one paid time off deal.
Well, I'm out of vacation time and medical time, so I have to put in for FMLA for being in the hospital. Unfortunately, I'll get approved because I was admitted without choice. The docs admitted me. I mean, I didn't even literally find out I was going to the hospital until the last second. I thought I was just going to be sent home. Nope, no such luck. I was admitted, then I had heavy-duty antibiotics pumped through my body. So that's the way that happened.
Charlie, damn you.
What's he doing?
Oh,
he farted.
No way.
He farted.
What the hell did you eat?
Whatever you gave him, apparently.
Oh, man, you were going outside. Let's go outside. You stink.
Bring the air freshener next time. Cliff, like I was saying, I mean, you don't have to do all your you can do the video as one video, but you don't have to buy it all at once. But once you get to your $50 limit, then you can try doing something. Even if it's a one day overnight after you get off work from your pizza job, onto your one vacation day, of the week.
My one day where I usually try to get all my weekly chores and errands done.
If you try to get them done, as much as you can ahead of schedule, of course, if you can, which is going to be tough for you, I know.
Yeah, I usually
Hey,
got a lot.
Fishing Frustration, thank you for coming.
Hello, Fishing Frustration. How's it going?
Thank you for coming. Welcome to my channel. We have a very eclectic panel up here today.
It's a
JV
very
Outdoors,
intriguing name
a fisherman,
considering.
as you already probably know. Fox Outdoors, who's a gardener, well, my personal gardening expert.
Yeah, we have Mallory and Mark for that. I have not heard from Mark in long.
Mark's probably been busy, but I talk to you more than I do Mallory, though, Cliff. So when I need a question, I usually ask you anyway.
Actually, surprisingly, I talk to him. I message Mal quite often, every once in a while.
And I'm just an archery guy who knows things.
What up, John?
One of your friends, I take it.
Yeah, it's fishing. I shared you out when I jumped up here.
Okay. Well, thank you. I said thank you for coming. I talk about a little bit of everything on my channel. I'm generally not on Saturday nights, but I'm usually on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central. But tonight I had some stuff that I found, which I thought was really cool. I'm really good into thrift shopping and stuff like that, and I found some really, really good finds. Like the one I got right now is this wool blanket from the Civil Defense of Ohio. It's heavy duty wool, so I think it's to me it's really comfortable. Ian says it's scratchy. It's wool.
It's wool. That stuff you don't want to just like sleep in.
I'm not scratching what you think. Is I'm rubbing my legs because it actually makes my legs feel better.
That's why she's telling you to stop.
No, because that's the bacterial infection I'm taking heavy duty doxycycline for. It's one of those things.
Yeah, again, wool is not an item you want to wear directly on bare skin because that stuff you might as well be rolling in fiberglass.
Well, this also makes it probably more waterproof than just the blend wool stuff.
Well, the blended synthetic blends work actually really well because that synthetic sheds water like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
But again, you don't have that. You're losing that percentage of water absorption into the wool itself.
Right.
So wool will absorb water to a point, and then it just starts shedding it. As long as you don't touch the inside physically, that water will not seep through.
Right.
But again, with that synthetic stuff, that water, it sheds the water a little faster. You lose some heat retention. But
now, I was actually doing some thinking while you were gone, JV. On something like that $50 challenge, if you actually have items like, say, a backpack, you don't have to worry about carry an item to carry everything, because that is just a waste of because you're not surviving with the backpack, you're surviving with what's in the backpack, if that makes sense.
That's not true. Backpacks are very useful, like to haul stuff. Like, you have no idea how many times I take my back, like if I'm going to build a fire pit, I'll take everything out of my backpack, walk down to like a river edge or something like that, and fill it up with the rocks I'm going to use to build my fire pit with.
I've never done that.
A backpack is it's a lot easier to carry rocks on your back than it is to, and then I got to make 50
trips. It's not
trips
external, it's internal. Because it's the bacterial infections on the inside, not the outside.
And then it's also great, like, let's say if you have to go hunting and you kill something.
I don't know if that would we were required to do that, because I mean, I've only got one major skill set when it comes to hunting.
Well, I'd probably just bring something to fish with. That's probably something I could find. I find a cheap.
You're more likely to catch fish than I am. But when it comes to bows,
it's a survival video. We're doing old school anyhow. Huh? I'm gonna buy a cheap fishing rod. I'm gonna dig up some worms while we're out there, and I'm gonna put them on a hook and throw them out in the water.
Well, if we're actually doing that, we could probably pick up a really cheap fishing rod from a thrift shop.
Oh, I know. I'd pick up an old Shakespeare for $5.
But you can't guarantee what kind of string you're going to end up with, mind you. But who knows?
Usually anywhere between, I think it's like 5 pound to like 15 pounds. So
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you're not going over there and catching a 20-pound walleye.
It's not like we're going to be out there for 6 weeks or anything like that. We're there just like overnight.
Yeah. I'm just going to be looking for panfish. I'm going to be trying to target like crappie, bluegills. You know,
And
I'm not going out there. Yeah, I'm not pike fishing.
The thing is, and technically, JV, my dad actually taught me a trick to cooking fish that doesn't require a pan and requires clay.
Oh, bacon oven.
Yeah.
No, you gut your fish, right? Then you cook with scales and everything. Put it in some clay, cover it completely up, and then throw it in the fire. When you get done,
essentially works as a clay oven.
Everything comes off, and all you have left is the meat available to eat off of. He did that with me when I was a kid.
That'd be pretty good.
It worked. I was kind of surprised too. He didn't need anything, no pan or anything like that.
I go with if I send you $5, can you get me one? Yeah, I probably could. A thrift stop, old Shakespeare rod. But
what does she need?
I'm guessing a fishing pole.
Yeah, because you said you can get a Shakespeare for like $5 at a thrift store. She said if you
can buy them brand new for $20 at Walmart. So I'm sure I can find
mine was 25, but that's with tax and stuff, and that's the one I use for backpacking, my collapsible fishing rod.
So I'm sure I can find one at a thrift store for $5, or an old Zebco, or.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Zebcos. Yeah. Zebco 33 was my favorite reel.
I said I'm just out there to catch panfish. I'm not out there trying to catch, trophies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not out there catching like a
actually in that kind of situation. Anything we catch is food. In that kind of situation.
And technically, I don't want them real big anyhow because you do your clay thing. I usually just use a flat rock, keep the skin on them, sear them on a flat rock, and then I just gut them. That's all I do is I just gut them, throw them on the rock, cook them on both sides, and then just eat them like I'm eating the inside of a taco out. Like I use the fish as a bowl.
Same thing with my method. But you got to have clay. That's the only issue. You don't always guarantee that either.
No, especially not around here. It's all black dirt.
Well, yeah, you also got gold up your way too.
Yes, we do.
Oh, by the way, Ian wants to do that up in your way, and I know there's gold mines and stuff up there your way. Something that will not fall apart. Well, a lot of the stuff we're going to be finding is from thrift stores, and if they're in the thrift store and they haven't fallen apart yet, that means something, actually.
Though yeah, they're pretty decent items.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure if you can count Collectomania as a thrift store or a consignment shop. Technically.
Well, if it's a consignment shop, then technically it's considered a pawn shop.
No, it's not a pawn shop. Pawn shops are actually designated pawn. Thrift shops consignment shops are many different vendors selling their items in the same building.
So indoor flea market.
Something like that, yeah.
What? Dude, I want these. These are freaking cool.
Yeah, we don't know what we would find for $50. I mean, if we can happen to find a $5 fishing rod that JB can actually bring in some fish, that's awesome. If I could find a $10 bow, which I can take down a rabbit, that would be cool.
The cheapest fishing rod you can find on Amazon is $69.95. Holy crap!
You're not even looking in the right spot.
No doubt.
Give me a second here.
I want to say I'm Amazoning right now. I'll find you a really good rod for less than that. I'm guessing you're going spinning.
Checking something completely different.
I'm guessing you're going spinning, Cecilia.
And no, folks, my arm is not broken. I just have really odd flexibility.
All right, so I got Quantum Optics here. Quantum is a really good brand. And I got that for $39.96. We can go cheaper.
How cheap do you want to go? Because I want to know.
Well, I'm just going lower than that. $69. Here's a Lewis Fisher Hypersonic Speed Spinning Reel, and that's for $42.59.
That's still not bad, actually.
There's a
Actually,
fishing rod combo set, full kit, 1.4 meter telescopic fishing set from Walmart for $14.99.
Yeah, but that you're looking at $15 for a Walmart. There's no guarantee that's going to last more than 2 or 3 throws.
I might buy one of these just to test it. Here, I'm going to share screen this.
Go right ahead.
JV, I'm still waiting for the demon video to come out.
The demon?
Yeah, your good old portable flamethrower. Your
it's not real portable.
Check that one out.
It's a lot bigger than y'all think.
Oh no, I know how big that thing is.
By the way, Ian would love to
out.
see you be there in person when you used your flamethrower.
There we go, Cecilia.
1805, not bad.
That is. Let's see what the things are on it. It's got a 5.2. It's 6.5 feet fiberglass rod, so it won't break. Gear ratio is 5-2. Ball bearings. Actually, the one thing I'd be worried about this thing is the guides.
The what? The guides?
Yeah.
That's why you always buy extras.
Yeah. This reel doesn't look the greatest either. I might just buy one just to test it out.
What was that, a 5-to-1 gear ratio on that thing, it said?
5-2-1, yeah. So that's pretty average for a spinning rod or spinning reel.
Not the absolute greatest gear ratio, but it's better than, having a freaking old school canister one.
Yeah. Well, I can get this whole kit for $53. Comes with a net and a whole bunch of baits.
Well, see, that's where they're getting you. You got another $20 for the net, and then the freaking another $25 for the freaking pliers and whatever else accoutrements you get with it.
Oh no! If you add all 3 of them together, it's only $53. I could get a whole fishing set for $53. What all comes in this? Kind of want to check this out now.
Dang, that thing comes loaded.
It's probably heavy as all get out.
That's got a bunch of.
Well, those
a lot of stuff you don't need too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there I don't need.
Yeah,
how many bobbers do you need?
Yeah, those are tiny bobbers too. I would have no use for those.
Man,
What about that little multi-tool thing? What?
That thing is that I can tell you right now just by looking at that thing is garbage.
Yeah.
It's a split ring. It's a plier split ring thing. It helps you put your basically easy. It's easier to open your split ring so you don't have to keep breaking your fingernails off.
Let's just say I'm trying to find Walmart Canada, the Canada Walmart links, and I can't find it.
No, you have to go to walmart.ca, and it'll take you to the Canadian website. So not too bad for sub $60 for a complete fishing kit, but there's no guarantee that's going to be a good fishing kit.
I think I'm going to buy it just to test it.
Oh man, I could have gotten that stupid sticker.
Why is I looking at the Abu Garcias? I lost where I was. Never mind, it's gone. Stop sharing. Yeah, I guess I could buy a bunch of those and just hand those out to kids when I'm out fishing. I always see kids without fishing poles. That always drives me nuts. Like, buy a bunch of those things for $18 a piece and hand them out to kids when I'm out fishing.
Yeah, I mean you're only paying what, sub $20 for a reel and rod?
Oh, Cecilia wants a StreamYard link. I used.
Hold on. Oh, she wants to come up. Okay.
I used 2 Matt Hayes sea fishing kits from. I don't know what your guys' stuff in England is so much different than ours. They're
I actually know what he's talking about. I watch. Do you guys watch Josh Taylor? No, he's a Florida fisherman, and they go through all kinds of fishing rods and gear, and him and his buddy Chris.
I watch the UK guys every once in a while. I mean, they fish a whole different style than we do. Like their gear and their setups and everything is so much different than us.
Oh, do you watch? Have you checked out TA Fishing?
Oh yeah, I've followed TA forever.
Yeah, his Graham kicks up some. They get some.
Cecilia, thank you for
fish out
coming.
there. There, Cecilia.
I'm actually checking on Walmart.com Canada.
You just go Walmart.ca, and it should take you to their website.
I am. I'm on their website right now.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I'm not dressed, so I'm not showing my face. Jenny knows how I look like.
That's fine.
Okay. Guys, what you guys can get down there is totally different than what we can get up here. Yesterday, I was actually trying to do some of my prep, and I was looking at some small 72-hour food supplies and some mountain supplies and some freeze-dried because I don't have a freeze-dryer. I do canning and I do dehydrating, but I don't have any freeze-dried. So I went into Walmart.com and I started looking at the supplies, and I go, "Oh, this is a good deal. This is only $19. Hey, $10, $20, $38. This is great. I can afford it. I can put it on my credit card, no problem." Went out to the checkout, and you know what? I couldn't even buy it because they wanted to know what state I was in the U.S. And then I went to Walmart Canada trying to buy that stuff. Walmart Canada doesn't sell it. So you guys see the Walmart fishing rods. There's no Walmart fishing rods up here. I even looked into the children's section, the sporting goods section. Not available. Very limited up here.
Cecilia, I just posted a link from Walmart Canada for a collapsible fish 1.6 meter fishing rod and reel for $28.60 Canadian with 50-cent standard shipping fee. It's nothing fancy.
Walmart Canada does not deliver here.
They don't
the
deliver?
only way you can get Walmart stuff is either go to the store or order online, and they will have it shipped to the nearest store near you. They don't deliver here.
Okay.
And a lot of times, even though you place an order, it may not be available in your area.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so they'll take your money, but they won't deliver the goods.
Right. The same
Seems
way as
sketchy.
cattle panels. You know how long I've been trying to find cattle panels in my area? Nothing's available. I have to go to like Northern Ontario in order to get them. And
So
then
the other
I have to worry about how to ship them down to my place because they won't ship it down here.
So
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Canada and cattle panels. They're like, even Mallory Lax, like almost 2 years ago, could not find any.
There's
So
none
what we
available.
could do is, like JV and I could probably get together and buy you some stuff and just mail it to you.
Good luck mailing a 16-foot by 8 by 6 foot wide cattle panel.
No, I'm talking about fishing poles and smaller stuff.
Yeah, I'm not shipping a cattle panel.
No,
The
I
shipping cost is gonna be
actually
more
went
than the panel's worth.
into a Home Depot, and I found a 2-inch by 2-inch fencing, and that's what I'm using in order to do in place of cattle panels.
I have no idea even know what that is, to be honest.
What, cattle panel?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know anything about those things.
It's basically like sections of wire metal fence.
Oh, I know how to put barbed wire up. I've done that before when I worked with horses.
I use cattle. We use cattle panel mostly for like corrals or if we calving areas.
No, I wanted to build a greenhouse with cattle panels, but
Oh,
unfortunately
yeah,
they're
I've
not
seen people do
available
that.
here.
I've seen
So
people do it
I
with
went
PVC piping,
and
but not that. I don't know anything what the other thing is. So I will claim ignorance at best on that one.
Hey, Alicia.
I said hi, Alicia. Didn't you hear me?
hi,
I'm
Alicia.
saying hello. I've actually fished with the gal. I have to say hello to her. We're actually friends.
Oh, well, you fish with me too.
Yeah, but I didn't catch anything with you. I
Not
caught a
my
lot
fault.
of fish when I fished
Not
with
my.
Alicia.
I didn't pick the spot. I wanted to go down below the dam. You guys didn't want to go there.
I took advice from that other guy that was shooting bows there. He told me to go under the bridge.
Well, I would have went.
What was
Down
his
below
name?
the
I
dam.
forget.
It
I think his
probably
name was
would've
like
been better.
Micah or something like that.
I have no idea. Yeah. He had a really cool setup, though.
I didn't like those plastic
fletchings?
things. Yeah, I didn't like
I didn't
those.
like them either. I like my feathers. Do share, JV. Do share.
It's all mine. Ow.
So essentially, Colin, this is what cattle panel is.
I can't see it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like they're usually anywhere between 12 to 16 feet long and about 4 to 5 feet wide.
Alicia, that is Cliff from Fox and Outdoors. He is from
Hello.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. He is a really good gardener.
Well, I wouldn't say really good, but
Okay, Cliff, your setup for your garden is fancier than 9 million other people that I've ever seen.
I've just
You're
put a
well
lot of work and
organized.
effort into it.
You're well disciplined because you do it daily. You just don't let it throw some seeds in the ground and hope it grows. You actually take care of what you have.
Yeah, I tend to my stuff very frequently.
So that makes you a better than average gardener.
Most gardens, honestly, they just run themselves. You water them every couple of days, and they just do their
Yeah,
thing.
but you do more than that. You worry about the aphids. You worry about the snails. You worry about this, that, and the other thing. That takes you above and beyond the average.
Actually, I don't have a problem with snails. Aphids are what's killing me. Aphids and stink bugs.
Well, you know what I mean.
But yeah,
I watch your
I
videos.
kind of ran when I used to have a garden. I did the way exactly Cliff just explained it. I'd plant it, I'd water it, and every once in a while I'd make the kids go weed it, and that was it.
I don't even have to worry about weeds. They don't grow in my planters for some reason.
Oh, see, I grew mine on the ground. Like I live in a pretty big section of land here, and so we just plowed up a whole spot in the backyard, and now I cemented over that spot. I'm actually slowly working on cementing the whole yard, so I don't have to mow it anymore.
Ugh. So
Why?
you're killing the value of your property by turning it into a concrete parking lot.
I don't ever plan on selling it, and I don't like to mow, and then I can just park my vehicles anywhere I want. I can literally just pull up to the back door, get out of my vehicle, and walk into the house.
Me,
suppose that
I'm
makes
more
sense.
worried about
JV.
finding a place I can shoot my bow without having to worry about the neighbors.
JV, don't they have bylaws up here? If you try to cement your garden area, it's against the law up here.
Heck no, it ain't. This is America. We're free, at least in South Dakota.
Hey,
To
I
an
would do-
extent.
We have a
Amanda
governor
just
that
said you're not
actually.
concreting it.
No, actually, I had a buddy who did that. He's never home, so he never mowed his lawn. The city was always complaining about his lawn being so long, so he just cemented the whole thing. They couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Again,
They really can't down here. You can pretty much, it's your own property. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah,
I
once you
have
buy it,
seen
it's
stories
yours.
about people who put gardens in their front yards instead of having a front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And people complained about it. I mean, literally, they were growing food, 100% of their food in their in your yard. So,
Yeah,
again, down in the States, the rules are different than here in Canada. We can't do that. The city would be on you and they would tear it down and charge you for the removal of it.
Well, I'm glad
actually,
I
you
don't
can
live under a
charge them back for
dictatorship.
unlawful trespass.
Well, Cliff
Well,
does a lot of container gardening.
so
which is
do
good.
I. I do the raised beds and some container gardening.
Yeah.
Cliff, you just
Yeah, there you go.
moved some new ones just the other day, didn't you? You shifted some stuff around.
Yeah, I got some new containers that I've had already about 2-3 weeks now.
Well, Ian and I were both at Home Depot and Baumgart's, and I saw the water troughs that they were like half size. They're like this tall.
Yeah, the 1-footers.
The short ones, yeah, but they were really big, lengthwise. But I mean, I'm thinking that would be something. It would probably work for small, like maybe carrots or something. I don't know.
You can you can do carrots in there, but your carrots aren't going to be very big. You're going to look at roughly about maybe an 8 to 10 inch carrot, because that soil is going to compress. So you're going to always want to try to keep that up to the top.
Yeah, I mean, you build up to it as it grows, and you help it grow longer. But I would just say I don't want to be super deep or anything like that.
You can do radishes, cabbage.
I'm not a radish or cabbage fan.
What about lettuce?
Lettuce I like, but Jenny can't eat it because she has IBS. It interferes with her digestive system.
Okay, so basically what it's going to run down to is basically what the two of you can function eating with that you are willing to both grow. Spinach will grow in that space.
I was thinking spinach and maybe some. I like carrots because we've never been able to get carrots to grow anywhere we tried. But green beans, we're really good at that. Melons.
Don't even start me on green
cucumbers.
beans. I can't get my plants to stop making them.
Yeah,
melons are the one for me.
Which
celery
one?
would be good too. I would love.
I freaking hate. What the hell's the orange ones now? I can't even. I've tried to block them out of my memory. I hate them so much.
Melons.
Yeah.
Cantaloupes,
yes.
Melons.
I planted cantaloupes one year, and I only put, like a half a row of cantaloupe in.
They took over.
I did the rest of. They took over the whole. I had so many freaking cantaloupes. I ate cantaloupes for like a whole winter. We had to find all kinds of weird things to do with cantaloupe. And I will never ever. I don't even buy cantaloupe anymore.
Watermelon would be good though.
That watermelon doesn't take over your garden. I've grown watermelon a million times.
Oh no, watermelon will take over your garden.
Pumpkins would do the same thing.
If you don't believe me, go check out Self-Sufficient Me. He had a pumpkin and watermelon plant, and they took over his entire raised bed garden. Like, they were everywhere.
What's a cantaloupe again?
Mandy wants to know what a cantaloupe is again.
No, it's not. It's a fruit. It's a melon like this big, and
they sell it in a lot of in Iowa stores. They sell them in the fruit section of your grocery section, in like fruit cups and mixed fruit and things like that, along with grapes.
I used to like them.
You just overdid them.
Yeah, until I had to eat them for a whole winter. Like,
you never thought of giving them away?
I tried, but I had so many.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, actually, I used to just cut them in half and eat them with a spoon.
Rock
melons.
Everybody calls them something different.
Yeah, I got 2 of them growing out right now in my raised beds. Well, not even in my raised beds. They just volunteered themselves in my dirt.
While Jenny and Ian are out and about, I'm going to put my tomato plant out for the day, the next couple of days, and see how they do. Maybe I can actually get them this actual flower. That would be awesome. If I can actually grow some tomatoes.
I can't even dude. I got so many tomatoes. I can't. I just threw away because I had them in my fridge and they were in a bag and they got all wet and moldy. I just threw away like 5 pounds of tomatoes.
How's your potatoes doing?
Cliff,
you'll see it on
throw them in the freezer until you're ready to process them.
Don't have any room in my freezer.
Yeah, Yeah, I only have the one refrigerator too. I don't have a deep freezer or anything like that, which I need to get.
I have 4 freezers.
Yeah,
But
yours
mine's
is
full of
fish.
meat. Yeah, mine's full of meat. I have deer, fish, pork,
Hey,
cow, and chicken.
okay. Can you bring me some venison down next time you come down?
Mhm.
I want to make
Actually,
my
I'll be
venison.
killing a deer, not this next weekend, but I'll be out trying to kill a deer the weekend after.
I don't have a time off to do it unless I can do it on a weekend, and I'm not guaranteed a weekend off, to be honest.
Shit, 12:30.
But
Love rock. Well, you can have all the cantaloupe you want, Amanda, but don't offer it to me. I'll throw it at you.
strawberries.
I do like strawberries. Those suck to grow. Strawberries suck to grow.
No,
Well,
they just need a lot of water and sunlight.
Yeah.
Which means you need Iowa weather.
Have you seen my strawberry bushes are, I cut off 15 runners, tried to transplant them. They died 3 days later because it was too hot. But I still have so many freaking strawberry plants just ready to be transplanted. It's not even funny. And I can still get more because my plant won't stop sending out runners.
She wants a baby sloth.
I told her I wanted a pet sloth, and then she looked up a sloth. Now she wants a sloth.
Okay. You know what's really funny, JV, about that? You know what my original logo I was using?
Was it a sloth?
It was a sloth.
I just always wanted a sloth. I was like, that's my kind of pet.
I just want a baby marsupial.
They don't move very far. They're very slow. Like I could put it in my tree and come back a week later, and it'd probably have moved like 20 feet.
Actually, I got a picture of a copy of the picture, what it used to be that I used is before I got my logo that I use now.
Here's an interesting question for you since we're speaking of sloths. Since it's one of the slowest moving animals on the planet, if it were to die, would it die instantly or would it take it a week?
Probably take it a week. It'd be like, it would do the whole Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Colin doesn't seem as entertained as us.
No, I'm actually looking something up. I'm looking up my old picture that I had of what I used to use for my thing. I just don't have it on my
I
computer.
figured Colin would have liked that reference. That's from back in his day.
What?
The Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Oh, you're talking. Are you talking about Sanford and Son?
Yes.
Oh man, Red Fox was awesome.
Wow.
Most people don't remember him.
Sloth. Yeah, that's why I want a pet sloth. We'll get along just fine.
Okay.
I barely move.
Dave, you're barely ever home. Who's going to take care of the sloth?
They don't move.
That doesn't matter. They still need to be fed. They still need to be cleaned to a certain extent.
I'll just
Who's
hang it in
gonna
the
take care
back
of it? You're
tree.
never home.
Spray with a
You're
hose.
constantly fishing, or you're out someplace. All the
You wear
videos
one
I
as a
see
backpack.
Charlie survives.
No, you don't wear it as a backpack. You wear it as a belt, and then you name it belt.
you.
That's what a snake is for.
That's
Hey,
a
Joe.
scarf.
No, that's a ferret. Ferrets are scarves.
Ferrets are carpet sharks.
Ferrets are stinky. I hate ferrets. I had a buddy who had 2 ferrets. Man, his
Oh, here it
house
is.
always smelled like those damn things.
You just got, dude. My ferret used to love water. I turned on the freaking water in the bathtub, and he would run. He would open his cage, run in there, and try to jump in the bathtub.
There you go. That's what I used to have on my as a logo.
Sloth.
The longest time.
We will get there when we get there. You should still have that. I like that one.
I can't. It's not mine. I cannot own. I do not own that. That's why do I like it? Yes, I do. Do I own it? No. So I can't legally use it.
Oh. that sucks because that's funny as hell. I like that one. I'd make a t-shirt.
Actually, it's the way I hike. I get there when I get there. I'm not in a hurry.
There's a wet sloth in our chat right now.
Yeah, Drops is here.
I didn't really. Hey, Drops, thanks for coming. I thought that was, thought Mandy might like that. She might. You can get the T-shirt. She can always wear the T-shirt.
We'll call it squishy.
I get that reference. Did anybody else get the belt reference?
The what?
The belt reference.
You get a sloth and you wrap it around and call it belt.
Yeah, the Croaks.
No, the Croods, yeah.
Roots.
Oh, I only saw that show once.
What?
The
What
Croods.
show, what?
The Croods, the movie?
Oh.
There's actually a TV show on it now.
The TV show was the cartoon series was hilarious.
It's still on.
I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, what was it? They named the second one. His the stupid sloth's name was Suspenders.
Suspenders.
No, they really did. He was holding up the dude's pants. It was called Suspenders. And I haven't even seen the second movie, but I just caught that on the previous. I was dying.
The one where there's the girl with her sloth.
Yep. No, she had her sloth too, but I don't remember what she named it. But her brother named I think they named it Suspenders or something like that.
Hey, whatever you want to call it, it's fine by me.
Y'all got to remember, I don't watch TV. Like,
these are movies, not necessarily.
I don't even watch movies. Like, the only reason I watched the first Croods is I came home one day and my daughters were about to watch it, so I just kind of sat in my recliner and watched it. That's the only reason I ever like. I don't watch movies. I've never seen any of the Avengers movies. I've never seen any of the DC movies.
Get off the panel. You're fired.
I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. I don't.
JV, they're all on YouTube here.
That's true. They are on YouTube.
I barely watch YouTube.
All of them, they're all on here. Either
you said it, Cecilia. I'm never home.
Yeah, I know you're never home, but you always have your phone with you.
Well, what are you going to do when Mandy's here? You're going to have to be home sometime.
She's coming with me.
Not 100%. She's got a job too.
Not in the beginning. She won't have a job. He's going to drag her everywhere he goes.
Everywhere.
Believe me.
Yeah, here's what she said. I'm going to be watching movies all by myself.
No.
You can flip them on. I'll just
say it
fall
the
asleep.
right way. She's watching videos all by herself.
All by myself.
That's just.
That's how you got to read that. You got to read it as a musical.
She was singing. We know it.
Oh, darn skippy she was.
Hold on a second. When my daughter moved down to Florida, there's a period of time where she could not work.
I'd be out fishing.
As smart as Mandy is, she will have a job in no time flat.
No, they're not allowed. Because when my daughter moved down to the States, she had to get her green card and something else, and it took a while before she could get it. And and at the time she was engaged to the gentleman, which she's now just got married to 2 years later. But in the beginning, she had to wait for her
Actually, she should have applied for a work visa first instead of going for the green card, because she would have got the work visa quicker.
Oh, no, she went down initially because my ex-brother-in-law lives down in Florida, and she went down to study down in Florida initially.
What, Drops? You didn't like my beautiful singing?
There's nothing wrong with everybody's singing.
There's always one critic.
And it's probably the one person who can't sing.
Ooh.
It's like what you can't do, you teach.
Exactly.
But I can do and teach, so I'm the exception on what I do. But my wife says I can sing. I don't believe her, but that's what she says.
That's right. Amanda's just gonna work for me anyhow, because I hate shipping stuff. I hate doing all that stuff. She can do all that for me.
She's your manager.
Yeah, she's gonna be my secretary. Yeah. And I'm gonna make her wear a French maid outfit as my secretary.
Okay, too much information, please. None of my business there, JV.
Oh my God, JV. Oh my
That's
God.
what you get for keeping me up till 1:30 in the morning.
It's not my fault.
I was gonna go to bed like 2 hours ago.
Hey, you know how I like to talk. I talk.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to call it here because I gotta work in the morning. Sadly,
I don't. I'm actually
gotta
staying
love
home
Labor
tomorrow.
Day.
I am going to be sleeping in, but I'm off until Tuesday. Not by choice, mind you. It was because of everything that went on happened.
It's your Labor Day weekend down there, the same way as up here.
Oh yeah, I forgot to check if I work on Monday.
Yeah, that's probably
Probably
something
be a good
you need to
idea
know,
because you
JV.
forget that you have to work and you're not there, or you go in thinking you have to work and you don't have to be.
I would go into work, and then I'd be mad at myself.
You wasted time. You could have slept in or something, or you could have gone fishing.
Hey, I've done that. Forgot it was a holiday and went to work. But then I had a lot of work on my desk. I ended up staying anyways and doing the work.
Mandy says it's Father's Day for her. Well, technically that would work for you anyway, JV. It's Father's Day for you, due to Mandy.
Nope, I don't have to work on Monday. Well,
You
how do you like that? I got a long weekend.
There you go.
Noise.
Sweet, I'm going fishing on Monday.
Did I just say that?
Dude, screw that. I'd be leaving tomorrow, first thing in the morning, doing overnighter.
Gosh, if I would have known that, I'd have been gone all weekend. My goodness, I wish I would have known.
You could have come down here and picked up your stuff.
I could have. Then I could have went over to Mike's cousin place and went to that bass pond I want revenge on.
Revenge on?
I didn't know this bass pond actually had bass in it. Like, they just took me to this little farm pond, and we were catching bluegills and stuff in it. So I was just throwing bluegill stuff. And his cousin started throwing bass, and he started yanking out these giant bass. I'm like, what? What? There's bass in here?
Most ponds here in Iowa have bass.
I didn't know. They didn't tell me.
What was he pulling out? Was he
That's
pulling
what
out
you
3
don't
pounders,
have to
5
tell you.
Yeah,
pounders?
he was pulling
assume.
2, 3, 4 pound bass out of this little pond.
Yeah,
Dang.
they get big.
That
They
had
have
to have
nowhere
been a
else to
stock
do but
pond
sit
then.
there and eat.
Yeah. So I want to go back there so badly, and I'm going
Drop
geared up this
straight.
time and ready
Get a
for
new
bass
channel.
fishing.
Disney Drake, thank you for coming.
That drops other channel, it looks like.
Yeah. What are you trading, Drops? If it's
A little of
cryptocurrency and that
everything.
kind of thing, that's above my pay grade and my monetary availability.
No, Colin, he's doing it for the beginner.
Oh,
If
that's
you
cool.
watched his videos when he's announcing he was doing it, it was something for the beginners,
Beginner what?
beginner traders.
Oh, I'd rather not, because that's just, I'm dyslexic as it is. I don't need to have numbers flying through my head already that I have trouble keeping track of.
No. Sounds like you sold something, probably a vehicle if you took 10K and gained 2K.
Yeah, I don't even have 10K. I lost all that back in May when I got stuck in that hotel for a month.
I gotta
I
quit
think I'm
spending
just
money.
about
Or
now
I
done
ain't
in
gonna
my
have
room.
any.
Just in-
We went through all our savings that month, and then some. It just took everything we had.
Also didn't help the fact that you had just bought a car.
Yeah, then it broke. Then we lost a wheel. Then all this other stuff, and now we're having more trouble with the same car, which is gonna sucky because we just got it fixed like 2 weeks ago. Then I put a new battery in it last week. Now it's acting up like it's dying.
Alternator.
You know, alternator.
We just replaced the alternator.
Doesn't mean it wasn't a bad one. I've had that happen before. I got a brand new alternator, put it in.
Well, it's
2 weeks later, the car died.
It's missing. When it's like it's got no power.
Spark plugs.
Yeah, go get a tune-up.
If it was an older vehicle, I could probably work on those spark plugs. But these, I can't.
Just go get a tune-up.
I don't have the money. I've been off work for a week.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of hard to do, JV, when you've been in the hospital. And my wife didn't tell me until after I got out. Oh, I'm having trouble with the truck.
I think that's why she waited till after. She was to stress you out afterwards instead of during.
Yeah.
Probably. But the thing is, we just paid $1,000 getting it fixed. Then I put another couple hundred in for new battery and stuff. Then now we're having issues again.
Sounds like you bought a lemon.
Is it not under warranty of some sort?
Huh? No. The battery is. The alternator probably is, but what's wrong with it is probably not the alternator. But I still firmly believe, what I think anyway, is that the people she took the truck to originally to get the alternator replaced did something to cause the rest.
I was going to say, just take it to Napa. They'll test both your battery and your alternator for free.
Well, I don't think it's either one of those, though.
But it
Okay,
doesn't hurt
Colin.
to get them tested.
Yeah.
It's for free.
It's
Again.
because it's missing when we push the gas down and the check engine light comes on and all this other junk on. And
Colin,
It
I
sounds
don't
like
know
an
about
electrical
down there.
problem.
the thing is, when I put the
Right.
battery in last week, the week before last, I didn't have any issues. There was no engine lights on, nothing. It ran great. I go in the hospital. Next thing you know, check engine lights on. It's missing. It's doing this, that, and the other thing. No clue.
Okay, Colin, I don't know about down there, but up here, if you're a woman going into a car dealership or something else, you kind of get slipped about. They kind of don't respect you and really don't do what they say they're going to do.
Well, that's what I was thinking, that she got flim-flammed.
More than
I don't
likely.
take any guff from anybody when it comes to my vehicles. That's why I like my F-150s. I can work on an F-150 all day long. But anything other than that, I can't.
You know, I was actually thinking the same thing there, Fishing Frustration. I was going to tell you to throw some heat in your gas tank and see if that maybe there's.
We just
you
put
got
in some fuel injector cleaner today on the way home when we filled the
Okay.
tank. So I'm hoping in the morning it will run better.
Because
So have to-
I don't know about you, in this last week, we've gotten a lot of rain, which has caused a lot of humidity, and maybe you built up a bunch of condensation in your fuel tank there.
it's a possibility.
I've had it happen.
Well, we'll give it a shot. Well, like I said,
Yeah, you get that in there, you end up with vapor lock.
well,
And then you got to sit there for like 3 hours to wait for it to dissipate, and then you can start your car again.
well, we'll find out in the morning. She'll tell me if it's running any better. Hopefully, she will anyway. Wow. Thank you for bringing up some new people there, JV.
Ain't no problem.
Man, going on almost close to 3 hours.
Hey, you got to be back over 1,000 by now with all that.
I don't know. I haven't actually looked. 'Cause I keep on bouncing. I get up to over 1,000, then I end up dropping down in the same day.
Oh, not
Nope.
quite.
Looks like he's
I'm not.
right. He's almost at it again.
Yeah, you're almost there again.
I don't know
997.
why I keep on I don't know what's going on.
This is 998 now.
Hey, Drops, how you doing?
Hey, actually, they don't let me change the name, so it's just an amazing drop, right?
Well, thank you for coming. Long time no see. I actually
Well,
mentioned you a
Actually,
couple days ago, I think.
actually,
trying
I've
to
been
figure out- I haven't
watching
seen you
your
in a while.
channel for a long time.
Cool. Thank you for
I
coming.
don't comment all the time because I've been really busy with a lot of stuff because, I'm looking for a new homestead and stuff like that. And I talked to Crystal and she's like, blah, 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 and whatever.
I've been doing a lot of thrift shopping lately. And besides my archery stuff I did with JV a couple weeks ago, and Grace, which was a lot of fun, by the way. It was a lot of fun.
What's up, Skeletor?
Howdy.
Oh, I had
Yeah,
an idea
you
for
know,
next year, JV.
What?
The,
I had an idea for something next year. We could do a contest.
I have a crossbow, and it's on 380 feet per second. I use it and I use it for like coyotes, but we're not supposed to actually call them. We're supposed to actually just trap them alive and move them somewhere else, right?
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
A little better. I've got tinnitus in both ears, so bear with me here.
Yeah, it's
I can hear you just fine, Drops. Where do you live that you have to track coyotes and then remove them and then? Because here we just shoot them in the face.
I know. I live in Washington State. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I got my buddy Coyote lives up there, and he's always telling me about their stupid laws.
Yeah, you got to live trap them actually, legally. Can you hear me now, Colin?
Yeah, I can hear you fine now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I turned up the volume on this this headset.
Well, your voice is generally pretty low anyway, Drops, just to let you know.
I know that. I'm talking to my regular voice. If I'm talking to my voice that I used to talk to when I had to talk to people, oh, you can hear me fine. Hey, yay.
Roger Rabbit reference. Remember me, Eddie, when I killed your brother? I talked just like this.
Pretty much.
Oh, you remember that one, JV? Come on.
I know Roger, but Roger Rabbit's forever ago. Like I know, I always tell people 80s and 90s movies. I know anything from like the 2000s on. I quit watching.
Yeah.
I'm an old Swede, so Swede Dane. So us guys are 6'1" and have pickles for whatever.
No, let me finish my thought with JV real quick, Jobs. I had an idea about next year if we do the archery thing again. I'm actually going to get a bow for a prize. We can do a contest or something.
Okay, well that's cool because I don't have to crawl into a hole and wait for somebody to come out, right?
Nope. Actually, we can do it because it is a full size archery range.
54.
A tournament size range. We could probably have some fun with that.
Well, it's actually 36 and 18 if you want to count that because, that's the way I roll, right?
Well, archery was fun. It was. Oh, we got more people coming. Hey, Frustrated, thank you for coming.
I'm talking about pew-pew because my cousin, I remember my cousin, John Denver, he was doing an album.
Okay, we got
Colin,
echoes going on.
Mute him until he's got his YouTube muted.
Mute your YouTube side, Frustrated, please.
Yeah, I've just done that. Sorry, I'm a bit slow.
I'm glad I paid my StreamYard bill. I can actually have up to 10 people.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey, how's the house going? Is it nice? Everything you wanted?
It's an amazing place, Drops, but we need furniture badly.
Yeah, I actually helped somebody that actually was homeless and with a 12-year-old daughter.
You did. Me.
Yeah,
you
I know. No, not you, not somebody else. Not you, but somebody else. And they're actually struggling to get along, and I'm happy to help them because I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
You helped me too, so thank you for that.
I know, but that's what I do because we're veterans, right?
Right.
We're all vets right here.
We have a lot of veterans here.
Oh, I know. My brother's Marine. I'm Navy.
Not Cliff, unfortunately.
And not me.
I'm waiting for my camera to focus again.
Yeah.
Got to sign you up, Cliff. Hey.
No thanks. I don't trust any branch of the U.S. government.
I was in the Air Force and Army, so.
Yeah. Navy. I was Navy and my brother was Marine.
Fellas, it's 2 a.m. I've been up since 5 this morning. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing he's doing because I got to work.
Don't forget to brush your teeth,
Good night,
JV.
Good night.
Laters, JV.
Good night, brother. Thank you for coming.
It's almost 8 a.m. Yeah.
Mandy, if you're in here, good night. I love you. Talk to you soon. I'm sure you're going to go talk to JV.
So, yeah. I'm gonna drop off too, Colin. I'll catch you on Thursday or whenever. Like I said, I got to work in the morning, so I got to get some sleep.
Well, I'll order a
Good night,
pizza
Cliff.
someday and have you deliver it.
Ha! Good luck on that one. Night, Cecilia. Night, Drops. Take care,
Yeah,
Frustrated.
Fox. Take care. You
Be
know, I
well,
actually
Cliff.
told Mallory wants to send me some maple syrup or something like that, and for giving her a gift for her wedding. It was beautiful. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? And I said,
Yeah, her wedding is beautiful.
I'll guilt you later. You know, Mallory's so giddy right now. It's funny, and I love her. Man, she's a great gal. You know what I'm saying?
She is an amazing woman.
Yeah,
She
she's
is.
All right,
awesome.
Cliff, you get some
Damn
sleep,
it.
brother.
I'll catch you guys later.
Later, brother.
Fox out.
Well, Frustrated, thank you for coming. I'm Colin, as you already know. So my channel's a little different, as you can see.
No, that's cool. I expect different.
We're all good. We're all good. Hey,
I'm on a lot of channels.
Where are you from?
I'm in Kettering, Northamptonshire, in the United Kingdom.
no Shaw. Yeah.
Okay, so we got some Canadians. We got some people from Britain. We got 2 from the United States, Washington and Iowa. It's pretty cool. You're actually the first person from England that I've actually had on my channel. I've had actually everybody but someone from Europe. And if I would have had you, we would have had almost the entire globe covered in my chat at once.
Well, Frustrated, are you from Northshire or not?
Northamptonshire.
Northamptonshire.
Northamptonshire. Okay, yeah. My brother lives actually in the UK, in the northern part of the UK. So just let you know that.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
my accent is northern, but
I know. I can hear it.
yeah, because of my ailments, my brother got me moved down here so he can keep an eye on us.
Exactly.
Is that good or bad? Not keeping an eye on you.
Well, it's good because he takes us fishing when I can't get out.
Oh, I can understand that then.
I have to
Yeah.
use a disabled
Yeah,
scooter.
it's a thing where your family takes care of you when you go into the other place, but not obviously.
Wow, your hair has gotten so long, Drops. I haven't
It
seen you in so
actually has
long.
been
Your
this
hair
long
got
for a long time. It's been this long for a long time. I'm actually Sweden and Danish, so I'm 6'1", 215 pounds. I'm very lean and mean. I'm very lanky, but I actually am, whatever. And the beard thing just didn't really come along, waited till my 30s to get there. So whatever,
Yeah, well, I'm in my 50s, and because of the COVID and not wearing masks, I've started losing patches on my beard.
Well, I don't lose that, but my wife liked the mustache. I used to wear a mustache all the time for 20 years because she loved that.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to imagine you with a mustache, and I can't.
Well, I actually have pictures of that.
I'm sorry. I've seen you for a long time, and I just can't see it. That's why the long hair is throwing me off, because I'm not used to seeing you with long hair.
Because he usually wears his hair in a ponytail in all of his videos.
That was my wife.
That's right. I remember that picture. You showed
This
me
is
that
when we
one.
got married. Yes. Hey,
She is very beautiful.
she was. She was. She's gone now.
Oh,
My hair's long too. I keep mine in a braid in the back.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, my condolences on your loss, Drops. It would have been awesome to see her and meet her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I brought you heartache, but she looked like an amazing woman.
Yeah, I know bereavement is difficult because I lost my daughter to social services to neglect back in 2003, Then I lost my mum in 2004, and I'm still struggling. So, yeah.
My condolences on yours loss as well.
Amazing drop. I do understand that. I understand what you're going through, and I'm still struggling with it. I still have nightmares of walking into a hospital ward and some other woman's in my mum's bed.
Oh man, I can remember that.
Yeah,
one.
you know, when they found out she had liver cancer, it took 6 weeks and she was gone. You know.
That happened to my mom when she had lung
Okay,
cancer.
guys, no crying match, or otherwise you're gonna have me crying because I lost my husband in 2011. So
The
Raven,
closest person I've
you just
lost was
have
my
to
mom and
listen
dad,
to
but that
it
was back in
and shut up.
'99. So I haven't
You know-
lost anybody recently. So
Yeah, that's
No,
I'm
it
lucky
really,
so far.
it really hurts. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I'd rather not lose you guys. So please
Yeah.
take care
Hey,
of
you haven't
yourself.
lost us. You know, we have a good family right now. You know,
Yeah.
and we just saw Mal's wedding. It was beautiful.
Hey Reese,
Look,
thank you for coming.
and you know, the thing is that I see with her and Ben the same thing I saw with my wife and me, and it was amazing. I loved it. Every part of it was beautiful, beautiful. You know, I just loved everything they had there, and it was great, and it was wonderful. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel what you're feeling from here. Oh man, I feel sorry that I did not get to know her. That's my loss. 'Cause
Yeah, you know, Maori over there in Quebec Homestead, great little gal. Okay, everything is beautiful about her and Ben and the two kids and stuff like that and what they're doing right now. It's just so amazing, and I love it because that's
Yeah,
what me and Justine had. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand. I understand completely.
Yeah, you don't understand, but you know, if
Oh man,
if
I'm okay. I'm crying now.
yeah, you know, and I think Johnny. You know, I talked to Johnny just a little bit ago. You know,
He was on.
but no, he was on it. You know, he responded to me, but you know, he actually was talking about how busy he is and all this stuff and doing this stuff. And, you know, I think Johnny and his wife have the same thing. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
beautiful that you have that kind of commitment and
they're
stuff
pretty cool
together.
people.
Yeah, they are.
Johnny is
Yeah.
an amazing guy. Frustrated if you ever get a chance to talk to Johnny Harper from the Scouts table. He's from Hawaii. Amazing person. His family is just
Yeah.
off the hook, as the saying goes.
Do the plug. Do the plug because actually I said, well, this guy knows how to grow mushrooms, you know.
He grows mushrooms in his closet.
I know he does. He's got mushrooms there. Come on. Come on. Man, I
He's a
told
sous
everybody.
chef from was it which island? Maui.
Yeah, he's on Maui.
Yeah,
But
he's a homesteader, gardener, fisherman, amateur, anything you want. But he's one of the best sous chefs I've ever seen or heard of.
well, I didn't. Well, no,
I
okay.
know
I'm
you
not,
two have a
I'm
competition going
gonna hit
on,
you on that one.
but Johnny does it for a living. You do not.
I feed the masses, and they do not complain. In
It would be an
fact,
interesting competition between you two, but I think Johnny might have the edge because that's what he does every day, literally every day.
I'm gonna give you the cross on that one because I know how to cook. Okay,
Hey,
and you're gonna
I
sit there
still say
and
your tomato soup was still the best one I've ever
oh,
seen.
you haven't
You
seen
got
my
the hands
barbecue
down on those tomato
ribs,
soups.
barbecue beef
I gave you
ribs,
2
and
thumbs up
pork
for that one.
ribs. You have no idea what I can really cook. In fact, the day that I can't cook no more, my daughter told me I'm
hey,
gonna drop you off at the old folks' home,
calling it
and
as I
you're on
see it.
your own.
Oh, just to let you know, frustrated. If you're, I had a grilled cheese challenge going on a while back, and everybody made their own versions of their
Yeah,
grilled cheese.
Johnny
And
was the
Drops
bomb.
went above and beyond and made his own from scratch homemade tomato soup from tomatoes. I mean,
And
literally, I could taste the whole soup from here, and I wasn't
you
even
have
there.
no
And it was
idea.
just, I mean, I could almost smell it and it was that good.
You
Um,
have no idea.
and
And then Johnny sat there and stacked the cheese on his video. Colin, remember that?
yeah,
He stacked the
I
cheese
like
on.
my grilled cheese. Thank you very much. I think I did pretty good with my 2 brands of cheese. And
Yeah, I'm
putting it
not
in a
going
great
to
in
go
a
hacking with you,
cast
brother.
iron skillet.
Sorry. Unless you actually, take yeah, I'm
I don't
sorry.
claim to be a cook. I just think there's certain things I'm good at, and that's it.
My daughter
Okay,
says, "Who do you think you
sorry.
are, Gordon Ramsay?"
Colin,
Yeah.
guys, everyone in chat. It's 3:02 here, so I'm gonna call it a night. Take care. Stay safe.
Be well, Cecilia. Thank you,
Hey,
and we'll
hey,
try to get that
Raven.
stuff out to you as soon as we are able to. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just me. And
Take
I'll
care.
know next time to call you sis instead of calling you bro. My bad.
No. Raven is. I know Raven, and she's very cool. And sister, I love you very much. Okay. My
Cecilia is
prayers are
amazing.
with you. My prayers are with you. I know how to say the prayers and do the things. And when you stand with a muzzle with 6 feet apart, you're doing a ritual. And you know what I'm saying. Okay. Honestly.
Now, my problem is 9 times out of 10, I mistake people and I don't read very well. And it's sort of like everybody's a bro until I'm told the assist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're dyslexic like me. I'm actually dyslexic.
I'm
Colin's dyslexic, and everybody we talk about with and also is dyslexic. By the way, we don't really read the symbols the same way. I can remember numbers all the way to 256 digits, right down the road, right?
Not me.
Oh, I can. And actually, my passwords for my accounts are like 256 digits. Okay. And that's why Google has been trying to hack the crap out of me right now because they know that I'm actually an OGA now. I'm not the 4chan, 8chan shit.
That's
I'm the
above and beyond what I
real,
can do.
I'm the real hacker. I'm the real hacker that's been around. They don't know that. They do know that, but they have been trying to hack my accounts and they haven't had any success. Okay.
Hey, Drops, can you answer a question real quick?
Yes.
Have you been drinking?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear the slur in your words. Just please bear with me. I just want you to be safe.
Oh, bro, you can hear the slur in my words. No.
I got my headset in now. I can hear better.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But
just make sure you drink water, please. You know how I worry.
Yeah, it's like 8 a.m. here in the UK. I got woke up by noisy neighbours. I live in a block of flats. And
yeah, you live in a block of flats, and the flats are like what?
Like right on top of each other.
yeah, 3 stories high. But
Oh, wow.
left
Yeah,
and right,
yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
So,
Yeah.
I have opened a few tins through being woke up early so I can sleep again.
Right. That's fine.
Right.
I just like make sure everybody's okay because I used to be an Army medic for 12 years, and one of the things I had to do is take care of people, make sure they drank water because if they didn't, they went down. If they went down, that means we're short people.
Yeah.
Well, Colin, I was
Exactly.
thrown in a box in Palm Springs for like 3 weeks and fed nothing but pumpkin stuff. Okay, I went through POW crap. Okay, so don't even think about it. I know.
I will still think about it. I'll still worry about it. That's who I am.
I know, but I'm just saying I've been through that crap.
Yeah.
I went for POW crap, and he's telling you that he's in 3 flats,
Right.
three level flats, and
Are you in the middle
there's
flat
levels.
or are you on the top flat?
No, I'm on the ground floor, mate, so I hear everything.
It's always the worst, mate.
Worst one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's due
always
to
the
my
worst.
disability. I can't walk for, and I can't. It's difficult to climb stairs.
Well, then you're lucky you're on the first floor then.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So you're
That's good news.
disabled from what?
I've got several issues on my spine. My right knee collapses. My right hip's iffy. and my right shoulder from a bike accident.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you mobile enough to walk, or are you not able to walk? You're in
I
a
can
chair.
walk to a certain extent.
You have to be assisted to walk or no?
Well, I'm supposed to use a walking stick, but nah, I won't give in to it. I'm only 52-year-old.
Yeah, you're still young.
He's got a cane. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's younger than me, so yeah.
And I do have a mobility scooter.
I'm almost 58.
Actually,
So just so you know, I look young, but I'm not young.
I'll be 54 in 17 days.
Yeah, I look young, but I'm not young, and I don't use a cane, but hey, so you're stuck in a 3 flat with on the first level, which is the worst level, eh?
Yeah, I get old and noise. But I do have a mobility scooter, which does help me to get out fishing a little bit.
Okay, so what's your goals for next year or this year, whatever,
Well, my goal is to beat my 14-pound 3-ounce carp.
Wow.
Which I did actually get.
I'm going to ask you a very
Yes,
questionable question. Did you take the thingy in the arm?
The what?
The shot.
Did you take the thingy in the arm?
What, the covered shot?
Yeah, we're trying to code it here, for reasons. Did you take the thingy in the arm?
He was asking if you got it or not.
Yeah. I got my 2 shots.
Okay.
So,
well, I have not.
And my mental health. And for the fact that, I want to try and be safe.
I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of people that got it, and they actually, it's not been a good thing. Okay, so just so you know.
Well,
I got the 1 shot, and I had no issues.
Yeah. My sister got the J&J one too, by the way. So,
the first shot was great. The second shot, I had a little bit of being sick attacks, a little bit extra migraine, but migraine to me is normal because it's permanent.
Yeah. The reason why I didn't get it was because in January 2019, I got the COVID. It lasted for 4.5 hours, and it was gone because I dropped a bunch of vitamin C, and I ran my time diffuser and stuff like that, cold diffuser, and it was gone in 4.5 hours. But I had a hoarse voice for like two days. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember people saying that temporary, symptoms.
Well,
Yeah.
I've had no adversary effects since the first week of my second shot. Okay?
Oh, that's good. Good to hear.
And that was 2 seconds.
Well, the J&J is probably the best thing you could have done. Okay.
That's what I got.
The MRAs, the failed, bile stuff that was gene therapy for cancer is not the good ones, So I'm just going to walk away from that. I don't want to talk more about that because that will actually hurt Colin's channel,
Well, we could talk about what I've been talking about when I first started the channel tonight. Any thrift shopping that you may have done lately? If any. I'm not sure what it's like in England.
Oh, yeah. The best thing I like about the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, is I can go get those drains that you can put in your sink. So, your kid can actually do the dishes and clean them out the next day.
Right.
And thank God I have a kid to do that stuff. Otherwise, I would have to do the dishes. So I'm cool.
That's a dad thing.
Yeah, I am a dad. My kid's 19 years old, almost 20 now. And I told her, you need to get, I finally found her Social Security card and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, now it's time to get your driver's license. And so she's like, I can't drive. I can't not just want to drive. And I was like, are you kidding me? Really?
my boy's 15 and he wants to drive.
I know. That's what I was when I was your kid's age. But my daughter doesn't want to drive.
That makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh,
honestly.
Drops, I'm not sure if you saw what I picked up today. And it's a civil defense blanket from Ohio for $10.
And what are you going to do with that?
I am going to put this in with my bushcrafts kit, which I have.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Because this is the heavy duty wool. This is from
1960s. Did you see my fishing pole thing?
No, I didn't. I haven't gotten any.
Hold on. Okay, because I'm not a gardener. I'm really a prepper. Okay,
I know that. That one I know.
Okay.
I've seen that wall many times.
Let me pull it out. I will pull out the fishing pole that I bought from a bug out bag real quick. Give me a second, okay?
Frustrated. What kind of fishing poles do you use?
I use 3-piece beach casters for sea fishing. I use 12-foot 2-piece for heavy carp fishing.
Right.
And I use a telescopic rod for light carp fishing. But the telescopic rod brings in 10-pounders.
Okay. That looks like a pretty good kit.
And here you go. It comes with the bag, and you just, you just, now this is some fishing line, very cheap fishing line. So you want
is that regular fishing stride or is that braid? Which is it?
It's about 10 pounders.
Okay. Pretty light.
And then I bought this as an additional kit for fishing lures and stuff like that.
I'm getting glare. I can't see it very well. Okay.
Placino.
I'm trying to position it, but that was an additional thing that I bought, and then it came with this little rinky-dink, fishing lure crap, and it's not really that great. But if you get the pole and the fishing line and stuff like that in a little bag, you can hook it to your own stuff. So it's got stuff like this, eh?
Little jigs and stuff. Okay.
It's got the jigs and a little bit of hooks and stuff like that, right?
Hey. I'm going to mute.
Oh, you're cool. Don't worry about it.
Well, I need a potty break.
Oh, that's fine. Go right ahead.
Yeah, go take a potty break. Mute it. And then it came with a reel that was pretty cool, Colin. And you probably like this because, I do like bushcraft. I do a lot of stuff, like that. And I actually have bowls and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So it came with a nice fishing reel.
Little spin kit. Okay.
It hooks and it does all the stuff, and it's actually a very quality one, in my opinion. I could pull out the princess pole that I used in my bug out bag, when I bought my daughter when she was 5.
Hey,
but
those actually, the smaller kids ones actually work really well for like ice fishing and stuff like that. So
they actually did, and then this is actually the telescopic pole that goes with it, eh?
It's not bad.
So
I use a telescopic fishing rod all the time myself.
I know, but the princess pole is the same thing, and I put that in the bug out bag. So now I'm going to throw it in hers, and I'm going to actually do this one. So it's like a telescopic
what's the length
that comes out? About 6 feet. Yeah,
that's a good length. I don't like the shorter ones any shorter than 6. It just that I just don't. You don't get you can't feel the strikes as much with anything shorter than 6.
What I'm saying is bushcraft right here. I do bushcraft because I actually do and walk the talk and talk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Correct. I do that stuff right here.
I know.
So I have this stuff here in my possession, and so I actually do this in my bug out bags. So it's very important to me to actually be prepared and do stuff like this. So
right. I do know.
I'm gonna go grab the princess pole to show you what was in the bug out bag before, because I bought that for my daughter when she's 5 years old. That was 14 years ago, and you will be amazed to see what it looks like. Okay.
Okay. Welcome back, Frustrated. Don't forget.
I'm back. Yeah. While I did my potty break, I picked this up. This is one of my telescopic rods. It's about 10 foot long.
Oh,
Uh,
what's the tension on the string? What kind poundage?
The line is 8 to 10 pound.
Okay.
It's
What?
automatic hook.
Okay. Okay. I don't know about anything about those, but
Yeah.
I'm going to learn from you. You can teach me.
Yeah. So what happens is you pull that down,
Oh, okay.
hook that over there, and then when the fish bites, the spring pulls the hook up.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually pretty slick. How much does that little rig cost?
Well, this float was about £7 odd, but they're a bit cheaper on eBay now.
Okay.
But I'm
That's
not
pretty
sure
slick. I might have to
what
get
that
some
is in USA dollars.
Don't matter. At least I know about it exists now. Yes, I've got a Spider-Man version of that kind of pole drop.
Yeah.
So here you go. This is the princess pole that I bought my daughter when she was 5 years old. Okay,
It works.
it works, and it actually does work. But you know, the point is that she caught a bullhead catfish with this damn thing, about 25-pounder.
Oh yeah.
A little girl sitting there, 5 years old, and daddy, I got something on the line. You know, it's
A
like
fish bigger than she was.
pretty much. Well, my daughter's pretty big. She's 5'11", by the way. I'm 6'1".
I've never seen your daughter other than what you talking about her. So
Well, she's
very private person, I'm assuming.
yeah, she's a very private person. She's a beautiful black young lady. So there you go. Yeah.
If she's anything like like her mom, yeah, I can imagine that she's very beautiful.
Yeah. She's like Holly Berry, only 3 times X. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The way I am, color doesn't matter because I've got many people on my channel.
I don't care about color and women.
Color has
like
nothing to
women.
do with me.
There's a lot of beautiful women everywhere in the world, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
But this little princess pole, she got like 25 or 26 bluegills with this also, along with the bullhead catfish.
What's the poundage on the string it's on there? Do you keep?
Oh,
did you keep
it's
it
probably
with
about 10 pounds or less. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Well, 10 is respectable.
Yeah, but this is like a a hobo type of pole. You know what I'm saying?
I've got some.
Yeah,
I've got some. What did I call it? My bushcraft setup for fishing. That's basically an old string holder for a kite. You know the old kite. You know those. Delta kites.
Yeah. You know, I just I see all this stuff and I see everybody. Well, I got this massive thing, and like, you don't have to have the best equipment. You just have to have something that works, right?
Exactly.
You know, and that's what you talk about in your bowl stuff and about your your channel Woodcraft. You have to actually use what you have on hand, right?
Right. That's why I always try to go with the cheapest equipment that works.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I mean, that's why I do I find a lot of used and secondhand equipment that works just as well as brand new. Like I said, I just found a really decent
actually, Colin, if you think about it, and I'm going to stop you right there. If you look at some used stuff, it's better than new stuff. Okay, it really is. It is in a way. Eh? It's actually better than the new stuff if you buy some of the old stuff.
Right. Like I said, I just found that bow today, and it's a very beautiful 25-pound bow that I'm sticking to pick it up because I think Grace was interested in it, and if I could pass it along, that so much the better.
Well, you know, tonight I went out and checked the garden before I went to bed, and there's that doe with the 2 fawns right now walking through my yard again every night. And I did a video on this. They are actually every night, and they munch on a few things, and they move along. They go down to the river, down the stream, down the lake, and they're enjoying this stuff. So, do you have any deer around there?
Yeah, there's some, not where I'm at now, where I used to be, and
Yeah.
but not right now.
I see deer every day. I see moose and elk, skunks, raccoons. I see everything around here. Okay, so it's
the
enjoyable.
biggest thing we've seen around here is rabbits.
I don't have any rabbits around here. They're not.
I used
not
to go
much.
rabbit shooting years ago.
I like rabbit hunting with my bow. It's a lot. It's very relaxing, and it's fun.
Yeah,
Last
well,
time we were having was a 12 gauge shotgun.
Yeah, I don't like picking out shot out of my teeth. Well,
I used
Yeah,
to go
I hear you.
rabbit shooting with air rifles.
air rifles are pretty good. My boy's got a Beeman dual caliber 177 22 dual caliber barrel type thing. You just swap out the barrels.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna buy a 17 caliber air rifle as far as a pistol for the skunks and the coons, because we actually cannot just cull them. We have to actually light trap them, and so
Yeah.
I just want to give them a little shot in the, in the back of the back of the things.
Ian's got a Crossman 177 pistol.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm thinking about buying right now.
Yeah,
That's what he's got.
Is that a CO2?
No,
CO2 air power. Yes, is. what I'm thinking about buying.
ours are Ian's is a break barrel. His rifle is, but the Crossman he has to pump up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
yeah,
my 410
10
charge is going to use a 410, a 5-shot, and it's 32,000 feet per second. That's a home
Well,
defender thing. But I'm talking
I've
about
got my
air
20
rifles.
I've got my low caliber rifle that I use, and I've got my shotgun that I use for different reasons, for different seasons. That's why I just don't do one thing. I try to do cover. Only thing I don't have is black powder, and that's on my agenda.
I actually don't have black powder either, by the way, and it's actually a good thing to have. Okay?
We're not allowed that over here in the UK unless you're licensed.
Yeah, and that's probably you got to jump through a lot of hoops to get licensed. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I can't get a gun license because of my mental health issues. I'm bad as I am.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but
I'm just wondering how my brother got his AK over there, because it's pretty decent, But he lives in northern England like you do, right there above the line, just before Scotland.
Yeah, well, I'm south. I live actually 90 miles north of London now, but yes, I am from Newcastle. I am a Geordie, but there's no way anybody in the UK can have a semi-automatic license.
Yeah, well, he's got his AK, and he actually has a license for it. Yeah,
Well,
he's also a former Marine, and I'm former Navy, so you know where to go with that one,
that's above my pay grade. I'm just an archer. I do know they do bow hunt in England.
You're an army medic or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't throw that off. You're very valuable. As a medic. But I'm a ground pounder. So was my brother, but I'm a ground pounder a different way.
Right.
He carried a javelin.
What was that?
If your brother's on an army base, that's a bit different.
Oh, he's actually, he's not been a Marine for many years. He was a ground pounder, and he got a javelin many times. Okay.
Yeah.
So
over here, the only semi-automatic license you can get is a semi-automatic. Like
I can get anything I want to do in the UK. Trust me.
I
can get anything I want in this country.
It's out of my.
People don't know.
It's 4 or 3 shot. Shotgun.
I understand that one. I do. But I'm just telling you, I can super.
And you know that because my brother has gun licenses, and
Yeah.
there's no way he can own an AK-47.
Yeah, well, they've been doing the drop-ins for the AKs for the K things, whatever you want. The little shit guns, the 15s, AR-15s. You know what I'm talking about, Colin? Those things are worthless.
Well, it's not what I do.
And the M4s were worthless when I was in. Trust me, I didn't like those damn things either.
Yeah,
They were
don't
worthless.
get me wrong. I'm not trying to cause an argument, but I'm just saying, in the UK, you can't own a 9mm semi or fully.
Yes, you can.
own, and no, you can't, unless you
Yes, you can.
forces.
Yes, you
No,
can.
can't.
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Okay.
I know how to do
Josh,
that.
Okay.
The thing is, let's leave this discussion instead of
Yeah,
discussing.
exactly.
Please.
Right.
I'm
I'm
good.
asking nicely. And also, I was going to let you know, I'm getting tired. It is 2:30 in the morning here in Iowa.
Yeah, it's
And you guys are both on both ends of the globe for me.
Well,
I'm in the
I
middle.
know my brother lives in northern England, so he does have certain things that he can have.
Well,
eh?
good
So
on him, but I'm going to leave that there. Okay.
normal citizen can't have those things. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. But I am going to let you guys go because I'm tired. I've been on for 3.5 hours, and I'm still recovering from being in the hospital. And I will.
And what you were in for before, because I know that you said you were sick when you popped up again. And what was it?
It was a bacterial infection of my lower right leg.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
good.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
my temperature last Saturday was 103. And they admitted me that day. I didn't even know I was going into the hospital until they told me they put me in a room. So
I know you have certain heart conditions, but are
this
you
is
also
not heart related.
diabetic?
No,
Are you
I'm
also diabetic?
No, this was just a regular bacterial infection. Apparently, I may have scraped my leg and bacteria gotten inside and it infected my lower right leg.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you one thing right now, Colin, and listen to me very carefully. You need a cold diffuser and run your thyme oil in it, thyme essential oil in it, and it will kill the bacteria. In fact, thyme oil has been used to kill whooping cough, all kinds of bacterial and fungal and stuff like that. You need to start using that kind of crap, and it will also make you breathe easier at night, and you won't need that stupid, what do you call it? The thing you hook up yourself a CPAP.
I don't use
You won't need
CPAP.
CPAP. You
I
won't
don't use
need
one.
it. You won't need one either. Then
Well,
run those and use that.
right now I'm using. They got me on doxycycline for my leg, and it's helped. And it's come a long way from where I was.
I'm telling you the right way to do things.
I understand, but I just don't have the options at the moment. Shorthanded.
You do. A cold diffuser is like $20 and
I've been off work for over a week, so I don't have any money at the moment.
I know. I just put up somebody in a hotel for 2 weeks because him and his daughter got thrown out of, off their property because they did own finance thing. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
Right. I was homeless. You already know this. I'm lucky to be where I'm at right now.
I know. And there's a young man with a veteran also that's in his 30s with a 12-year-old daughter to take care of. I've been trying to take care of that. You know what I'm saying?
And thank you for that. It's awesome that you are doing that.
It's hard.
Tell me about it. But I really got to let you guys go. Frustrated. What's your real first name, if I may ask?
Yeah, my name is John.
John?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook as John Joseph Campbell or Fishing Frustrations if you're on Facebook.
I am on Facebook under Colin Kincaid.
And my name is Dick, by the way, so it's a family name. It's been carried through generations. But,
yeah, you told me that before. I prefer to call you Drops.
I know, because YouTube doesn't like it.
I just don't want to. I just have trouble calling you that name, your real name. just
Well,
doesn't
a lot
fit.
of people love calling me. Oh, can I talk to Dick? He's an asshole. I want to talk to him right now.
Okay.
That's what they do. It's either a catch-all. Sop Blanc
Yeah.
calls in and says, "I want to talk to Dick," and I was like, "Oh, really?" Or
Which one?
yeah, which one? Which in or now?
Oh,
You have
but
to
just to
figure it
let
out.
John, I'm gonna let you know. On Thursdays, Central Iowa time. I'm not sure what that would be your time in the.
Yeah, I think you're about 5 or 6 hours behind me.
Okay. Well, at
That's
8
right.
p.m. my time is when I'm usually on Central.
Yeah.
United States time is what I'm on every Thursday. And if you're willing to come in, I would love to have you come in and just hang out with us and talk.
Yeah,
We,
no
we,
problem.
we cover all topics. I fish.
Yeah.
I do a lot of backpacking fishing, mostly because I go
Yeah, well,
collapsible fishing rods and stuff like that, just because it's just easier that way for me.
yeah, that's why I was suggesting the telescopic rods, what you call collapsible,
Right.
because they're easy to carry, they're lightweight, and the ones I use, 8 to 10 footers, bring in up to 10 pound carp.
Yeah. I go mine for like trout fishing, bass fishing,
Yeah.
small, panfish.
Mhm.
And it's a really good deal. And I will probably ask you a lot of questions about cod fishing, even though it may not apply to what I'm doing, but the techniques are similar. And I
Yeah.
love your bobber catch thing. I'm definitely going to get some more information about that because I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I
It'd be
do
something
know they're on eBay now, a lot cheaper than what I paid originally, because I bought two, one for me and one for my big brother,
Okay.
because he's looked after me for years. Well, I didn't have any cash. Now I'm on my disability in the UK because of my mental health issues.
Right.
It's a bit easier, so I can repay him back now with like decent Christmas presents and stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And I will definitely be hitting you up on that information. And, I'm a friend of JV's, and he's a really good guy.
Yeah, JV's cool.
Yep. So I will be talking to you soon, hopefully, but I've got to go because I'm getting
Yeah.
tired.
No problem. Sleep well, bro.
I will definitely try that. Thank you.
Thanks very much for letting us in. And
Oh, you're always welcome. You're now part of the family. Whether you know it, you're a cousin, brother, whatever you want to call it, your family.
well, I just call everybody brother and sister.
Me
Once
too.
I get to know them, it's quicker and easier.
Now, I'm going to say goodnight to Drops. He's here. He was here. Sorry about that. I thought he was here and he's gone. But I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for coming, John. And I will see you soon.
Night all. Thank you very much for joining Colin's channel. Much appreciated. And I shall catch you all next time.
Definitely. Be well, brother.
Right. How do I do this?
I will take care of it. And I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for coming. Love you, Drops. Thank you, John. Nice meeting you. Reese, Skeletor, and everybody else who was here and gone again. Love you all. Good night. Be well and bless you.